30K Q&A. Oh yes, it's been a while since one of these. There were 2 in 1 year, none last year. There's going to be 1 this year, although ye feckers are climbing through the 30s quick. So who knows, there might be a 40K Q&A before the year is out. Oh, it's been a while since I've had one of these bigger cans of Guinness. Around Europe, Guinness only ship out the feckin' 440 milliliter cans, which is an abomination, Guinness. Get your shit together. Come on. Be better. Whether you are a subscriber for the past few weeks, or for the past few years, or even since the beginning, thank you. We let that sucker settle. And while it settles, I also want to thank the patrons. Help out magnificently well. I don't like to talk about Patreon that much because I don't want to bother people. But I do have probably the best Patreon going. Okay? Not only do all patrons get all rewards, because I don't like gating stuff off. I don't know your economic situation. I don't know what country you grew up in, what stage of life you're in, what your disposable income is. Pitch in whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever at the end of the month you're not going to miss. So not only do you get that warm feeling in your belly of helping me out to continue to make videos for years to come, but you get 6 things extra. First, you get every video early, at least a week, sometimes up to, at least a day. Sometimes up to a week. The patrons got the MGS4 episode of Platinum Journey a week early. You get video production updates, know what's coming down the pipeline months in advance. In January of this year, I told patrons the schedule for the entire year, all the way up to December. I'm comfortable doing that on Patreon because if changes are made, to update a couple of hundred people is much easier than updating tens of thousands. Patrons also get an invite to a private Discord full of other like-minded, wonderful people. Also gives you a direct line to me, just at Adam McDermott, I'll get back to you. On the Discord, we do a monthly hangout. First Saturday of every single month, normally at least a few hours. One went for 11. I was quite drunk by the end. We just chat about video games and life. It's nice to get to know people. What's the else? 5th, you get a series where I look back at older episodes of Platinum Journey, part reaction, some episodes I haven't seen in years, part director's commentary, I can let you know what's going on behind the scenes, and part Q&A. Which like this, you can write in beforehand with questions about that episode in particular, Platinum Journey, the show overall, or just share your general musings. Already up on Patreon are 15 of these, about 12 hours of video, which you get immediately. And 6th, I've been asked about merchandising in the past. Now the Platinum Journey has its own kind of logo when I sell t-shirts. I looked into it, I would charge you about 28 to 30 euros, and I wouldn't pay that for a Platinum Journey t-shirt. So if I'm not going to pay it, why would I expect you to pay it? Instead, I have a better idea. As a patron, you get a high-res 4K PNG of Platinum Journey, both in white and in black, and you get a vector image of Platinum Journey. You can take that, bring it to a custom print t-shirt shop, or do it online, put on t-shirts, put on mugs, put on stickers, go mad. And then you'll pay about half the price. With the money left over, the original font maker, it's freeware, but he's got a donate button, which is in the folder. Just kick him $1 or $2, and everybody wins. Link in the description to my Patreon, patreon.com/Adam McDermott. The idea is that you get so much in return, you're like, damn, this is more than I expected and probably more than I need. But I want to reciprocate your generosity in kind. Okay, the Guinness is settled. Probably spoke a bit too long, but that's okay. To all the current and past patrons, of course, cheers. Oh wait, should I do the thumbnail? Hang on, what's the thumbnail be? This, and then big smile. Yeah, dribbled that one. I got too eager. I got far too eager. But it's good to have Guinness again. It's good to have Guinness again. 2 months in Eastern Europe. Romania and Bulgaria, fantastic countries. But no Guinness. I had the shakes. I had the although the Bulgarian and Romanian beer did help. It was quite nice. Okay, the Q&A. For the 10k Q&A, I answered every single question. For the 20k Q&A, I also have answered every single question, but some of them repeated. So for this, what I've done is I've went above and beyond, ladies and gentlemen. I made myself a giant feckin' whiteboard, an infinite whiteboard of the Q&A. I took all the questions and I grouped them. So if any of them repeated, I'm going to answer all those first. For example, I think 7 people asked about my thoughts on the Callisto Protocol and Dead Space, the remake. I've got 2 questions about Soulsborne, 3 questions about Crash Bandicoot, 2 questions about myself and Lucy going head to head, 2 questions about Batman Arkham City, a couple of questions about my job, 4 questions about Red Dead Redemption 2, some live streaming, 5 about The Last of Us remake, 6 about my proudest/longest platinum, 6 about games I would like to do but can't, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 about my favorite game. So I'm going to answer those first, and then I will get on to everything else. If you want to follow along, go over to the community tab and click on the post for the Q&A, sort by top first. So if your question is not in the initial groupings, then you can follow along where you'll get it. Are we ready to begin? The multi-hour, slightly drunk Q&A shall begin. I got 6 more of these, so I'm strapped in, folks. I got the time and I got the energy. I'm going to read all the questions in a row and then I'll answer afterwards. DMB, congrats on the 30k, Adam. Found your channel at 10k and have been an avid watcher since. Watched the Drake's Fortune episode so many times. Cheers, that's one of my favorites. As a lover of Dead Space, what are you most looking forward to? Dead Space Remake or Callisto Protocol? Alex Coomber, hi Adam, been a subscriber since around 20k. Nice. And absolutely love your videos. Thank you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the Dead Space remake, and when can we expect the Platinum Journey? And a little winky face, you little devil, ya. Phantom, hi Adam, congrats on 30k. Are you planning on playing the new Dead Space when it releases? If so, are you hoping to do a Platinum Journey for it? Kipper, hey Adam, are you excited for the Callisto Protocol, the spiritual successor to Dead Space and being made by a bunch of the old Visceral devs? I am hyped! Fun fact, the protagonist is called Jacob because in the Bible, Jacob is the son of Isaac. I did not know that, but that's a cool detail. Keep up the awesome work. Platinum Journey is by far my favorite series on YouTube. I'm honored. Wild Hunter, congratulations on 30k, you deserve it. So much effort goes into your videos and watching them brings me joy. What do you think of the Callisto Protocol and what is the hardest game you would attempt to platinum? Oh, and good luck with Witcher 3. 1 trophy killed my plat, beware of Gwent cards. I'm aware. Thanks for taking the time to read my comment. Cheers. The hardest thing, I'll answer that later on with other stuff. Scott Graham, hey Adam, well done on the 30k subs, brother. Thanks. Nice, easy one for you. On a scale of 1 to feck yeah, how excited are you for the Dead Space remake? Destro, hey Adam, are you excited for the new Callisto Protocol and Dead Space remake games? Maybe a future Platinum Journey episode. Thanks and have a good one. Okay, my excitement for the Callisto Protocol, I'll start with Callisto Protocol. Meh. The unfortunate thing is I don't like the enemy designs. I find them big blobs lumbering towards you like zombies. Doesn't interest me. I'll wait on reviews, I'll wait to see raw gameplay, but at the moment, not interested. Also meh on the Dead Space remake. Because they initially showed just environmental stuff, and then they showed some, well, it wasn't gameplay, it was animation of Isaac shooting, and they had 2 things wrong. 1, the guns sounded bad, and 2, the animation on Isaac's arm was wrong. There was way too much recoil, it looked unnatural. So they showed 1 real clip of somewhat gameplay and had 2 things wrong in it. So my question is, of the entire game, how much else is going to be wrong that will not run through the public? They changed it after the public outcry, but I don't have much faith in it being great. I was considering both of them for an episode until I saw more, and at the moment, neither will be getting an episode unless when reviews come out, they really surprise me. Scotty2124, what's your favorite game ever made? Jack Griffin, what's your favorite game of all time? Matthew Fagan, hi Adam, love the content. What is your favorite gaming franchise? That's different. Franchise Uncharted. Thanks, Matt. Zaxter55, what's your favorite video game series on PS4 and what is the hardest individual trophy you have to unlock in order to get a platinum? Probably the hardcore one in Dead Space 2. Cheers to great content. Chris, Wubbolt, is The Last of Us your number one favorite game? Do you have another that you love even more? Parker Robinson, my apologies. What's your favorite PlayStation exclusive franchise? Fab, top 5 favorite games. Big fan, love what you're doing, and congrats on the 30k. Thank you. So favorite gaming franchise, Uncharted. Favorite game, The Last of Us. Oh, top 5 favorite games. I don't know about top 5, but I know my top 3 in no particular order. The Last of Us, Half-Life 2, Pokemon Red. Oh, gotta get my drinking on. I should probably drink in between every. How drunk should I get? James Steele, congrats on 30k, Adam. Thank you. What are your thoughts on The Last of Us? What are your thoughts on The Last of Us remake with Naughty Dog planning a separate faction multiplayer? I'm hoping we'll have a new list. Adam Lewis, congrats on 30k. Been watching for a while and it's been awesome to see your channel grow. Thank you. It's quite cool. What's your opinion on The Last of Us remake? Think it's worth it? Congrats again on 30k. Jelaine, what are your thoughts about The Last of Us remake? 2. Why you dislike the open world games like Batman series? I'll answer that with the Batman questions. Jacob S, are you excited for The Last of Us Part 1 remake? And Woolen Hat, will you be playing The Last of Us remake? The Last of Us remake, I am also much like the Callisto Protocol and Dead Space, not excited about. So what's been shown, Joel and Ellie look older. Joel looks about 10 years older in the remake. There seems to be more detail on the face, but less detail on clothing. The comparison of Tess in that great scene by the Capitol building where she kind of lets them go and stays behind to defend. The facial expression is overdone in the remake. I know it's closer to what the actress initially did, but it changes the scene because in the original it was like stoic and accepting of her fate, but still a little like holding it back. In the remake, there's too much emotion on the face. I prefer the more resolute version of Tess. So changes that moment because you've added more facial expressions. And then I'm thinking of the gameplay. What will you do with Joel? He's not as spry as Ellie. He's not as mobile as Ellie. So you'll probably play a bit more like Abby in the remake. I don't know. I replayed The Last of Us last month. Just play that. The remastered version, just play that. As for the factions multiplayer, so there'll be no multiplayer trophies. That's cool. The factions multiplayer, zero interest. Not a multiplayer guy. Yeah, not to be a downer, folks, but I don't know, you gotta be honest, right? If a game excites you, say it excites you. If a game doesn't excite you, no point faking it. The Unlimited Platinums. What is your longest game that you have ever obtained a platinum on? For a video and congrats on 30k's from Reaching. Swift Gamer 1177. Congrats on hitting 30k on YouTube and almost hit 32. We're almost up to 33. We're flying through these. As I just looked, you got 31.9, and for my question is, what is the longest game to platinum and record? John Young, what is your hardest plat so far and why? And what is your favorite plat and why? The amazing Adam, what is your favorite and least favorite platinum you've done? I has arms. Good to know. What platinum took the longest to get? 12 Troll, what is your favorite platinum and you have earned on your channel? So longest is Metal Gear Solid 4 at 85 hours gameplay, about 120 hours when you combine the extra hours the game is just sitting idle. For the Chicken Emblem, we're at 35 hours playtime. Proudest, probably MGS4 or MGS2. Hardest, MGS2. Higher difficulty spikes than MGS4. Favorite platinum, probably Oxenfree. I would gladly do that again. There's no video about it though. And least favorite, probably Ratchet & Clank A Crack in Time because the final video was bad. Also, the least favorite to actually get, probably Shovel Knight. That was awful. I'm just not suited for that type of retro game, unfortunately. Should do more drinking. It does go down easy. Brandon Ashley, do you have a game that you've always wanted to platinum but decide against it because of how difficult, as he wipes the Guinness off his lip, because of how difficult it would be? Have you ever started the recording process for a specific platinum journey and decided to give up because it was too difficult to love your content, my friend? And congrats on 30k. Thank you. First off, just want to say I'm loving your content and you're the reason I'm into trophy hunting. I'm honored. Oh, by the way, the first question was by Brandon Ashley, and this is by Constantine the Great. Fine name. And I love the MGS4 episode. However, I want to ask, is there any game that you'd like to do for Platinum Journey or not, but can't, and it is due to too much of a grind or just time? Cormac, I believe, is a patron. Thanks, Cormac. Adam, what is one game you would recommend everyone to experience at least once? It doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite. Probably The Last of Us. Yeah, because that story really leaves an impact. That's one I'd kind of go, do that one. 2, what is your favorite? What is a platinum you would love to get but likely never will? And 3, is there any website you use for guides for platinums or just make up your own guide as you go? PSN profiles and PlayStationTrophies.org. Any collectible stuff, I'm looking up a guide. I'm not running around a map trying to hunt collectibles. Yeah. And then if I'm ever doing stuff, if I ever bash my head against a gameplay section, for example, the bike chase in Metal Gear Solid 4 on extreme difficulty, if I'm just getting my ass kicked going, am I doing this wrong? Then I'll look up someone else doing it on YouTube. And for MGS4 I am doing this wrong. You're meant to use a smoke grenade when the trucks converge. I would have never figured that out. So primarily though, I do like to do it on my own. I'm doing Resident Evil 3 at the moment. I did the collectible guide. But now I'm in these additional 3 playthroughs and I'm just freewheeling it, making up stuff as I go. I like it. Unknown. Hey Adam, are there any games you would have loved to platinum, but you just can't? Can't as not having the patience or skill or anything of that sort. Nisalasin, what is the platinum you wish you could have, but don't/won't get due to grind or shut down servers and such? And David, big fan of your videos. What's one plat you want, but just don't have the stomach for? The answer to this is kind of nothing. There's not a game I go, oh, well, the one was MGS 2 and 4, but now I've done that. And then the next one is The Witcher 3, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to record it towards the end of this year and then tip away in it throughout the entirety of next year. Regular episodes will come out, and hopefully by the end of next year, there'll be a big, giant Witcher 3 episode. Feckin' movie. Jester Films, which I believe is Lewis, a patron. How you doing, buddy? Ever thought about live streaming a special episode of Platinum Journey where you go for a platinum of your choice in a single stream? P.S. Major congrats on 30k, my friend. Here's the 30 more. Thank you. Cloud, hey Adam, congrats on 30k. Was wondering what your favorite game to platinum? Oxenfree. Which one of your platinums would you platinum again? Oxenfree. And have you ever thought about doing live streams of a journey on obtaining a platinum? My name is Daniel, not Dan. So Daniel, congrats on love your content. Would you consider streaming? I've actually done streaming. I did it briefly for, I tried it for The Last Was Remastered. Buggy mess, tons of technical difficulties, killed that. Then I started doing Adam's Bar live stream where I just chatted to folks, but I found that quite hollow. I don't want a monologue. I want people to talk back with. So as for live streaming a platinum journey, no. It is difficult enough getting this game capture. There's no way my computer could handle game capture and live streaming at the same time. And also I don't want the distraction. I want to play the game and be 100% focused on the game. I don't want to be looking at live chat. I just want to be engrossed in the game rather than kind of going back and forth. Yeah, I won't be live streaming an episode, and live streaming as a whole is dead too. Not my cup of tea. Rockstar is what I name these section of questions. Daniel, this is a different Daniel, not Daniel just was there. Hi Adam, will you be doing any more Souls like Platinum Journey? Oh wait, hang on. Okay, I'll answer this in here as well. Will you do any more Souls like Platinum Journeys like Neo, Dark Souls 3, Sekiro? Neo, no. Dark Souls 3, no. Sekiro, this year. Nothing to be seen here. Congratulations. Any chance we'll see a Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2 Platinum Journey anytime soon? Claire Spira? Have you thought about a Platinum for any of the GTA games? Posh Turtle, would you consider ever doing a Platinum Journey on one of the GTA Trilogy remakes? Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2? No. Red Dead 2 is a terrible online, doesn't it? GTA games. I am doing GTA San Andreas this year. It will be of the Definitive Edition remake because they've taken down the HD remaster from the PlayStation Network. So San Andreas is this year. GTA 3 maybe. I'll see how the remake is. Okay, I've got 2 questions about my job. Well, this is my job, obviously. Oh boy, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm going to butcher your name. Smook? Sorry. This is a personal question. If you don't want to answer it, skip over, by the way. I love your videos. I'll answer away, buddy. Are you a full-time YouTuber or do you have a day job? And Brandon Dufresne, is YouTube your full-time job? If not, what is your day job? Freelance video editor. Thankfully, though, that has kind of decreased because during the pandemic, I realized I don't need that much money. It's like, I'm just stuck here. So when clients would stop bringing me work, I didn't look for new clients and end up flipping my days around. So now that I do my own stuff in the morning, client work in the afternoon, and record the next episode of Platinum Journey in the evening. I'd say it's probably 30 hours a week I'm on my own stuff, and then 10 on other folks' stuff. Yeah, as in I don't need much money. I'm not. I already learned a long time ago that trying to make it in Ireland is futile for me, because I went through, I think, 3 years where I increased my income by 10% every year. But then rental prices went up by 10% every year. So I figured I'm back at square one. What's the point? So I left Ireland and will gladly live someplace else. So long as I can make enough money to get by and do as much of my own stuff throughout the week as possible, that makes me happy. I've made enough terrible videos for other people. Not because I wanted them to be terrible, but when they're paying and they want it done a certain way, you do it that certain. Even if like, oh my God, I would never watch this. Yeah. I'm over having clients. I'm definitely over having clients. I even thought to myself, I might just get a job in a shop. I mean, give me a part-time job in the deli section of a shop where I can just serve food. Oh, that'd be way better than dealing with clients and their requests. The request and would be, would you like lettuce? That's a much nicer request than someone telling you, ooh, this video is good, but I want it to pop. Yeah, freelance video editing. Thankfully, YouTube these days is going quite well. My numbers are quite public, by the way. So on Patreon, the numbers will always be public. The number of patrons I have and the number of donations per month will always be public. I think at the moment it's 270 euros on that per month, which is fantastic. And then YouTube, if you go to Social Blade, type in my channel, and then look how many views I get per month, and then double that, and that's how much money I made per month on AdSense. I only put an ad at the beginning of a video. You might have already noticed that you're quite a while into this Q&A, and there has not been a mid-roll ad. I don't do mid-roll ads. I don't like them. I don't begrudge other people for doing them, but it's not for me. When something starts, I want it to keep going. There's an ad at the beginning because, one, if everyone disabled ads, then YouTube will go under in the morning. So there's an ad at the beginning, YouTube gets 40%, I get 60%, and of course a nice little bit of change for me. So I think this past month was about 350 euros. The MGS4 episode definitely helped. So combine that, 300 or 280 and then 350. 280 on Patreon, 350 on YouTube, and then the freelancing of, remember, 500 or 600 euros. And that's that. Yeah. Maybe a bit more, I don't know. The months kind of flip up and down. But all that combined, I'm definitely poor for Ireland, but not for Spain, not for Portugal, not for most places in the world that are not Scandinavia, North America, or Switzerland. Yeah, there you go. A little insight into my life. Luke Smart, just rewatched your Arkham Asylum Platinum Journey. I know in the past you said you'd have no desire doing an episode for Arkham City. Some of these images, they're not quite, I don't know, they're not loading up as HD. They're a bit blurry. My question is, has your opinion changed that I won't do Arkham City? I think you would enjoy it, and it would be one hell of an episode. This is actually one of the most liked questions. Joshua Ferguson. Hello, Adam. I would like to say congratulations on 30k. Thank you. It is quite the milestone, and thank you for keeping me entertained. You are more than welcome. It has been about 2 years since I discovered your channel, and I'm glad I did. Welcome. Now, to my question, will you ever make a platinum journey for Batman Arkham City? Probably not, is the question. I get this question probably every second week. I like Batman Arkham Asylum. Batman Arkham City went open world. While I've done open world games with Spider-Man and Horizon, there's more to it. So the open world isn't what appeals to me. Swinging through New York as Spider-Man appeals to me. The world that was created, the alternate timeline, or not an alternate time, the future world of Horizon is what interested me. It was going back to tribals and that sort of stuff. That interests me. Batman Arkham City, Gotham City, open world does not interest me as a setting. The gameplay of flying around, gliding around, and all those Riddler challenges, it just looks like a big chore to me. And Batman is not one of my favorite superheroes. He's way down. It's just not my cup of tea. X-Men are my favorite superheroes. Okay, I have 3 questions about Soulsborne. Peter Robinson. Oh wait, hang on a second. You back again? Hey Adam, congrats on 30k, you deserve it? Sure, why not? I was wondering if you had any plans to make a platinum journey for The Last of Us remake. I already answered that, which is a... maybe not. And Elden Ring. Also want to recommend that you give Red Dead Redemption a try. Not saying platinum it because that sounds like a nightmare, but just a regular playthrough is my favorite game of all time. I know it is not your style of game, but if you give it time, let the story and characters sink in, I find it hard to believe that you will be disappointed or stop playing. I would like to give Red Dead 2 a chance, but I don't know. I'm wondering will I ever get to see the end of the story. I don't want to start the game and not see the end of the story, considering I know the story is a big draw. So maybe someday. Extra Store. Hi Adam, congrats on 30k. Thank you. Will you be attempting Elden Ring? It requires one playthrough similar to Bloodborne. So last year was Bloodborne The Old Hunters. This year is Sekiro. Elden Ring does interest me. This different style approach to an open world game where you don't have a map. I like that. So Elden Ring is a possibility for next year. Crash Bandicoot questions. Time for Teletubbies asks, are you a Crash Bandicoot enjoyer? The Robotic Assassin asks, could you do an episode on Crash Bandicoot? And Adam Cressy, my question is, would you ever do a platinum journey on Crash Insane Trilogy? And if not, why? I like Crash Bandicoot 1 on the PS1. Don't care for the other ones, and I have no interest in doing the Insane Trilogy. Oh boy. Insane Trilogy or Crash 4. Doesn't interest me, I'm afraid. So they will not be getting an episode. I think... Oh no, I have one more that was asked twice. PS3 Gaming Scotland. This is actually one of the most liked questions. I would love to see you and Lucy speedrun one of the Uncharted games for charity. I wonder who would be quicker. This guy. Talking of live streams, will Adam's Bar ever make a reappearance? Congrats on 30k subs, Adam. Thank you. I'll answer the Adam's Bar thing in a second. I have an idea about that. Alan Hall. Definitely do a speedrun against Lucy. PS congrats on hitting 30k. Been watching your journeys from the beginning. Definitely well deserved. Cheers, Alan. So this is in reference to the podcast we did in person, by the way. Myself, Lewis, Lucy, and Joel went over to, what was it? I was on my way to Romania. And I said, I can stop off in Northern England and the 4 of us can meet up and we can make videos together and stuff. I ended up making a whole weekend of it. I went a day early to London, met up with my cousin. It was actually kind of great. My cousin and his girlfriend stayed that night, went off to meet extended family, went to a proper British pub. Had a great night there, stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning. Woke up the following morning, jumped on the train with Lucy all the way up to Manchester. Met up with Lewis and Joel. Then we spent the whole day together. Recorded a podcast episode, went out that night to a Weatherspoons, my first Weatherspoons. The following day, said goodbye to the gang. I went over to Liverpool to meet other extended family. My de facto grandmother at this point, my grandmother's first cousin, she was great. And some other family members. And then stayed up that night, went out in Manchester city centre. Tried to find a karaoke place. Found the video game bar, had a drink there. And then got on a plane over to Bucharest. I, I think I didn't. I barely slept I was just on a buzz. Great weekend. So meeting up with Lewis, Lucy, Joel. When we were doing the podcast, I'll link all this in the description, by the way. You can check out the podcast. It's one of the best things I've been part of, an actual in-person podcast. It was great fun. So a question was asked about who would win. I don't know, it was like, who would win? Could you ever speedrun a platinum? I think Lewis said, oh, Lucy would definitely be able to do an Uncharted game. And I went, no. Hang on now, hang on. And they became a bit back. I conceded Uncharted 2 and 3 and Uncharted 4. Hell, I'll throw in Lost Legacy. But I was adamant that Uncharted Drake's Fortune, which I've platinumed before it was even a platinum, which I've platinumed again, and I've platinumed again. I've platinumed 3 times. And Lucy would not let it go. She said, no, she can platinum it faster than I can. And then there became a division. Lewis was on Team Lucy, and I had to make sure Joel definitely was on Team Adam. And yeah, it's a bit of fun, a little bit. I think it was nice winding Lucy up, I will say that. By the end of it, she's a little bit pissy. Probably the angriest I've ever seen her. So if you were to realistically do it, the best way to do it would be in person with 2 people on a couch and 2 TVs and 2 cameras. So then you could see how the other person is doing in real time. Like, shit, they actually beat that encounter much quicker and I'm still stuck in it. Or this happened, that happened. The other way of doing it would be how would you do a live stream? 2 separate live streams that you could kind of check in on each other. But then people have to go back and forth between the live streams. I don't know how you combine it. And then the third way of doing it would be, I'll do it in private and send you the unedited video, and then you do it in private, send me the unedited. But then you can just look at the runtime and that would take all the tension away from it. I don't know, logistically the best way to do it would be in person, but then you need 2 TVs too. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Maybe someday, but yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath on it actually happening. But I will say, I still think I could take Lucy. Yeah. She was boasting about she knows where most of the collectibles are. I was like, whoop-de-fucking-do. You're probably watching, Lucy. You're still pissed? Okay. Now we're on to the bulk of non-repeating questions. The Spiky 419, obtaining a platinum trophy can no doubt be very frustrating experience sometimes. A boss, a level, or an additional playthrough. What are some tips you have for dealing with the game rage during these tough segments? Also, is there a platinum for drinking X amount of Guinness? If so, how much? There's no platinum, but there is something called liver disease. Okay, any tips? Ask yourself if it's worth it. I mean, I'm in a different position where I'm recording stuff, so it is worth it because I'll get to make a video out of everything. But if you're bashing your head against the wall on a trophy for days on end, ask yourself, is it worth it? And be comfortable walking away. Is the challenge a challenge because you like the challenge, or are you just driving yourself mad? If you like the challenge, then take a break. Normally there's this thing of sleep being really helpful for stuff. So violin players and musical players in general will say, oh, I'm trying to learn this sequence, this song. I can't get on the day and shite. Then they go away, they spend the evening resting, they go to sleep, they'll come back the following morning and they get it immediately. Because all that stuff is still in your mind. It just needs time to settle. So if you're bashing against the wall for a couple of hours, you still think it's a good challenge, walk away. Come back to it the following day, get a good night's sleep, and you might get in the first 20 minutes. Chirag Daya. Hey Adam, I always love your content, always so chilled and well presented. Thank you. I hope you keep making videos for many years to come. For many years. And I'm going to add in, I will be making videos for many years to come. Don't you worry. Easy question. How are you finding the PS5 so far? Have you happy to have upgraded? Other than God of War, what else are you looking forward to? Keep up the great work, mate. The PS5 is unnecessary. You don't need it. You can play Miles on PS4. You can play Horizon on PS4. You can play God of War Ragnarok on PS4. You can play just about everything. The ray tracing, I'm sure, is nice. I played the Resident Evil 3 version, the PS4 version, and then I got the free upgrade. I didn't know about the upgrade. And now I'm playing the PS5 version. I can't tell the difference. Maybe next year is a good time to get a PS5. When a game comes out, you go, damn, that is a true PS5 game. That is not possible on PS4. Then get a PS5. As for now, you don't need it. Don't worry if you don't have it. Mr. Alfredo, I've rewatched your MGS4 vid over and over, and every time I get chills, don't know why. Maybe because it may be the last PS3 Platinum journey. It is. Anyway, my question is, would you ever do any videos like play with the community sort of thing? And would you ever play/platinum the Assassin's Creed franchise? Thanks, Adam, for the great content. Can't wait to see more. Assassin's Creed, I think other people asked this as well. I couldn't group them. I won't be doing an Assassin's Creed game for an episode. Just all that collectible stuff, not interested. I have played through the story of Assassin's Creed 4 though. I quite like that. Play with the community. I don't like multiplayer. For me, playing games is a solitude type of thing where I can look at the TV screen and get lost in that world solo. That to me is video games. So yeah, probably won't play in the community. Ryan Sharp. Congratulations on 30k. Best wishes for the future. Thank you. My question. What kind of setting/environment would you like the room or the fourth Bioshock game to be set in? So 1 was Rapture. Infinite was the sky. I don't think they should do space because that's just System Shock. How about the jungle? How about a civilization in the middle of the Amazon jungle? And the way they can make stuff out of wood. Think of a treehouse, but on a massive scale. How about that? 2K, you're welcome. There's my pitch. Set it in the jungle. And let's say they have, I don't know, what would you call it? Some sort of cloaking mechanism so they can't be spotted from radars and stuff. Megamac1296. Congrats on 30k, man. Well deserved. Thank you. Just wanted to ask about games you mentioned playing before. Did you ever give Dishonored 2 another chance? I did. I honestly thought it improved on the first game in every way, so was interested to hear why it didn't click with you. So in order to get good at Dishonored, you have to play it multiple times and get a layout for stuff, and I just wasn't interested in doing that again. It's double the effort because it's 2 characters I'm going to have to learn. It's just so many games to play. That one just sort of fell by the wayside. How are you getting on with the new Tomb Raider series? Did you get a chance to play Rise yet? Genuinely one of my favorite games of the last console generation. Keep up the amazing work. Looking forward to the next Platinum Journeys. I played Tomb Raider Reboot, then Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Did not play Rise. Rise is the second one. And then Shadow is the third one. I finished Rise. I did not like it towards the end. I found it quite boring. So I won't be playing Rise. I won't be playing Shadow. I played the second one. I'm not playing the third one. I liked the first one. Didn't care for the second one. No interest in playing the third one. I don't know, the story just sort of ran out of steam in the second one. And became a bit of a slog for me. Glad you enjoyed it though. To each their own. Henry Thomas. Congrats, Adam, on 30k subs. Your content is truly outstanding. Thank you very much. Which game that you've played do you feel would translate the best into a TV show or movie? Keep up the brilliant work. Probably The Last of Us, which is being done by HBO and Greg's Martin, or the guy who did Chernobyl. The miniseries, not the guy who actually caused Chernobyl. So yeah, it's kind of survival. There's already been The Walking Dead. There's already been The Road. Yeah, The Last of Us. It's grounded about the characters more important than the actual creatures. So yeah, The Last of Us. And it's being done. Looking forward to it. I'll do one more and then I'll get Swig. Soaked23. Hi Adam, great to see you smash another milestone. Hope this isn't too cheeky a question. What's your least favourite plat journey? Has any episode not quite turned out how you planned? Not a cheeky question at all, buddy. You've been around for ages. Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time because it is boring. It is a 13-minute episode which could have been a 9-minute episode. I learned my lesson when I did Miles Morales, which is a 11-minute episode. Just all the good bits. Rather an episode be short and good, like blow it up to 15, 16 minutes for the sake of just some arbitrary keeping a number in your head. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time because that is just a boring episode. Okay, I am going to get a refill. So how are you? We take this little intermission for the new can of Guinness. I do think the end of the last one was not great. Probably took too long drinking it. There is a limit to how long you should take to consume a pint of Guinness. After a certain point, just it gets real flat and shite. This one's coming out splendid though. Whenever you get cans of Guinness, put them in your fridge upright overnight. Make sure your glass is clean as best you can. We don't have professional grade cleaning supplies. You can see there's sort of stuff down here and up there. It's not great, but the head is coming out nice. The can settles much quicker than a pint or a draft from the tap in a pub. As you can see, it is almost done. There we go, that was a quick settle, and the head came out looking divine. Cheers. Okay, today's a good day. Today is a good day. Already at this an hour. We'll see how long we go. Ixion7, big congrats on the 30k Adam. You put out some stellar content and rightly deserve for the ever-growing support. That is nice. It is kind of, I don't know folks, you're all saying such nice things. It is quite heartwarming. My question is, if you got to design and name a trophy list on any game, what would it be and what would you name the Platinum Trophy? Funny you should say that. I actually did a video recently with Lucy where we came up with the trophy list for God of War Ragnarok. I stand by that. I stand by my original pitch where you have to better beat the game with only an axe, beat the game with only magic, beat the game with only your fists. Now you can do those in different playthroughs or you can combine them all together. So there's some leniency. Design a trophy list. I would like to do an Uncharted game. Yeah, let me take in a crack on Uncharted game because they need a change up for those trophy lists. They're getting too samey. Let me do an Uncharted game. And the name of the Platinum Trophy would be, finally, a good trophy list. STE or hi Adam, found your channel a few weeks ago and I've been on a binge since. Love the videos and can't wait for more. Welcome to the channel. Not a good chunk of new folks came because of that MGS4 video. Question, what is the earliest game I remember playing / completing? Pokemon Red. So that was the first game I remember completing. The first game I played I think was Super Mario Bros. On the Game Boy. But I don't think I ever beat that. Pokemon Red, Christmas Day, play the hell out of it. Properly beat that. That's my earliest memory. Guy Faruski. Hey Joel. Congrats on 30k homie. I don't think I've ever said the word homie out loud. Homie. What up, homie? I might start doing that. What up, homie? Very well deserved. If you could live in any anime world, which one would you choose? That is easy. My Neighbor Totoro. Easy. That Japanese countryside I am obsessed with. In fact, at some point in my life, I will go live in Japan for 3 months. And I did a bunch of research into where are these Studio Ghibli movies set? Which part of Japan most closely represents those movies? And it's Kyushu, down south. It's near Fukushima. Ooh, the pronunciation is terrible. But Kyushu, Kyushu, down south. So that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to spend a month around that area and try and be transported into the world of My Neighbor Totoro and Princess Mononoke. Prince Mononoke, a bit too much violence. My Neighbor Totoro. Oh, also, Joel, congrats on hitting 2k. I missed your Q&A. I was following Hideo Kojima on Twitter. I had to stop because for a guy who runs a video game production company, sure is quite active on social media. So he was just spamming my timeline for a few days. So I missed your tweet about your community post on YouTube. So then I missed the opportunity to ask you a question for your 2k Q&A. I will not miss the 3k Q&A because I have unfollowed Hideo Kojima. The DeMarcus. Hi Adam, and congratulations again on another milestone. Thank you. The quality of your content keeps getting better and better. Thank you for the entertainment and thank you for watching. I've been saving this question for a wee while now. I'm guessing you might be Scottish. When grinding in a game, do you ever use anything in the background to keep you entertained? I sometimes put on your past Q&A videos, listen in the background as well as punk music. Cheers. If I slip up with the question, like some of them are blurry. I might be able to actually show you. Some of them are blurry, some of them are clear. So apologies if I stumble over the words. Well, I say that now, but in about 2 hours, if I stumble over the words, it's a different reason. I'm honoured you put on my Q&A videos to help pass the time. As for stuff to pass the time, podcasts, if I'm doing grinding, as I think I do the Figments in Psychonauts, podcasts are normally pretty good. Sacred Symbols, Knockback, Behind the Bastards. Listen to a pro wrestling podcast called Going in Raw. Terrible, terrible name. It's by Stephen Larson, the guy who's used to the top 10 with Machinima. Lucy's thing, Locking Down with Lucy, is I think an hour and a half every week. That's grand to put on. The Platinum Podcast, of course, with Lewis and Joel. So yeah, podcasts. Music I find too distracting. I end up just jamming away to the music instead. George Mattimo. Cheers on 30k, Adam. Actually, speaking of which, maybe I should do this thing of every third question I take a swig. Congrats on 30k, Adam. Well deserved. Thank you. Do you ever think you'll be satisfied with your platinum trophies at a certain number? And if you had the chance to keep one as an in-person trophy, which would you display on your shelf? A number? No, because it's not about the number. I'm in the 40s. I only know that because people ask me. I don't keep track of the number of platinums I have. I've got episodes scheduled roughly for the next 3 years. So I'm thinking long term, folks. And who knows what games are going to come out in the next 3 years, which will then add on the list even further. Yeah, I'm sorted for a long time. Don't you worry. As for an in-person trophy, I don't know, give me the MGS2 one. Give me the MGS2 and MGS4 and just like combine them and I'll put that on the shelf. Charles Porter. Hey Adam, awesome quality content. Thank you. My question is, besides going to the Guinness factory in Dublin, what are your favourite spots in Ireland? Cliffs of Moher. Probably do it just because you should. As for my own personal favourite spots, Galway, city centre, Galway, the coastline, what's it called? It's not Salt Hill. Spanish Arch, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's just over by the coastline. It's very nice. Limerick, JJ Bowles pub in Limerick's my favourite pub in Limerick. You get to look at King John's Castle. Walking along the river in my home city of Limerick. I never get tired of that. The river walk from the college into the city centre. I love that. The walk from even here into town. I take this meandering route. As for favourite spots, Limerick. Waterford is very nice. Fond of that. Athlone, because most residents are on one side of the bridge and then the nightlife is on the other side of the bridge. So every Friday and Saturday night, there's just this wave of people crossing the bridge for a night of revelry. I quite like that. Carrigallen in Leitrim, I quite like. That's where my father grew up. It's one street. There's about 3 pubs. It's great fun. And there's a mixture, because of a place like that, there's a mixture in the pub of people who are teenagers and people who are in their 60s and everyone in between, and they all go to the same 3 places. And I like seeing that. There's when we were there in the pub in Carrigallen, not only was the pint $3.50 or something, but then as the evening wore on, in the back half of the pub, it's a small place, loads of little trinkets on the wall. In the back half, people were playing music. Piano's there, the bar on, does someone have a guitar? I don't think anyone had a guitar. And a big sing-song, and it was just so cool. So, the more I talk, the more places I add. So Limerick City, JJ Bowles, the river of Limerick City, Waterford City Centre, Athlone City Centre, Galway City Centre, Galway Coastline, Carrigallen, Leitrim. Tiny little village. Kaiser, or Kaiser? Kaiser be K-I-S-C-R. Kaiser? Hey Adam, sorry about the pronunciation. Congrats on 30k, been a fan for years now. You make awesome content. Thank you. My question is, what got you originally going for platinums and did it increase when you started doing the show? The original thing was Madden 11. And what really reaffirmed it was Dead Space, because that had a trophy for beating the game with only the plasma cutter, the starter weapon. I went, Didn't think that was a possibility. And that's what kind of got the ball rolling. All right, I've played this game all the way through in the game, all the way through the story, played on the hardest difficulty. What else is there to do? And then you look at the trophy list and, hey, cool. So Madden started, Dead Space reaffirmed it. David, sorry, buddy. I see names like these, and I definitely would want to hear it in person. So I don't like mispronouncing somebody's name. David, either the J is silent, so it's Nyborg, or it's Nijborg. I'm going to guess the J is silent. So David Nyborg. Then is it a strong I or soft I? David, congrats on the 30k, Adam. I was wondering how you managed to combine work with these huge projects. Keep up the good work. Because work is now on the back burner. I primarily do my own stuff. That helps. Things are going pretty well. I'm not rich. I'm not poor by most of the world's standard. I'm poor in Ireland, but thankfully I don't have to stay here. KDog1304, congratulations on the 30k, well deserved, thank you. My question is, what game has made you the most frustrating trying to 100%? Shovel Knight. CLD, congrats on 30k, man. My question would be, are you happy with the time available to you to play your favorite games within your everyday life? Thank you for the content, mate. Yeah. I schedule games on Platinum Journey that I'm interested in playing, like Resident Evil 3 at the moment, so that's great. I get to spend 2 hours on that every day. And as for time outside the show to play games, I'm playing the Outer Worlds at the moment, so I'm about 10 hours into that. Yeah, I have free time. I know some folks on YouTube are kind of like grinding away 10, 12-hour days. I'm going, yeah, you're going to burn out. You're going to do this for 2 years, then go burn out and take 3 months off, or you're going to be miserable. Just your entire day is consumed by making stuff, and you have the blinkers on, and you never have time to look outside of it. You never have time to take inspiration from other things. What was the question? Yeah, I make sure I do have free time, yeah. And also take a day or two off in a week. What's that, work-life balance? Yeah, that's important. Longevity, folks. I have no intention of getting burned out. That's the reason why the Platinum Journey episodes stopped being monthly. It's like, this is not good. Now they're just done when they're done. And hopefully they'll stand the test time and be good enough to rewatch. I'm still under no illusion that I'm making internet videos. This is not highbrow entertainment. This is not a Top Gear special. This is not Parts Unknown. This is internet videos, but hopefully worth watching and rewatching. Gallantmon4, you've been around for ages, by the way, so thanks for sticking around. Congrats on the 30k, you've certainly earned them. Got a bit of a question for you with multiple elements to it, as it were. Oh boy. Let me take a big swig. What are your qualities and criteria that you look for in a game? Gameplay, i.e. controls and how responsive they should feel and how much control they give you. Visuals and audio. This can apply to voice acting too. The type of game it is or genres it has, if it has multiple. How comfortable or difficult it could be to finish, not counting trophies and platinums. How much alcohol do you think it might take to get through? Trophies and platinums included here. You're a clever fella, aren't you? I know it is a bit of a hodgepodge of a question zone case of emergency. Open can and insert into glass. Aye, aye, boss. Aye, aye, boss. Visuals help. If it's an indie game, visuals big factor. Something that kind of scratches an itch. Where you kind of look and go like, oh, I don't care for combat. Combat would be low down on the priority list. It is setting, story, characters. That's kind of, that's my forefront. Gameplay is probably fourth. Setting is first. Where is this? Because I think games have the ability to transport us to different worlds. So let's go start with there. And then, okay, what's the story? What's going on? What are we doing? And then the characters. Who am I following? Who am I playing as? And then the gameplay. What type of game is it? But for me, it's like create something that could not possibly exist in the real world. And let me go there. Be whisked away. That's what I want. Alex Carter, congratulations on 30k subscribers. Well deserved. Thank you. I got the platinum for Dead Space 2 thanks to your inspiring video. Cheers. Cheers. I just wanted to ask you some general questions and trophy-related ones. Sure thing. What has been the most frustrating game you tried to platinum? And assuming you knew how stressful the game could be, did you prepare for it? I think I said Shovel Knight. And I tried to prepare. Didn't work. Do you set yourself a target for how many platinum trophies you will get in a year? Have you ever been put off by a platinum trophy based on a difficulty? Difficulty, no. I don't set... well, I suppose 10. I would like 10 episodes of Platinum Journey in a year. I would like, but I think the last 2 episodes of Platinum Journey were Metal Gear Solid 4 and Miles Morales. Those are not equal. So would you rather 6 episodes like Metal Gear Solid 4, or would you rather 12 episodes like Miles Morales? So it's kind of a... If I can hit 8 to 10 episodes and make each one worth somebody's time, that matters more to me than the amount of platinums. Now that the PS1, PS2 and PSP games have added trophy support, are there any games on these consoles that you would like to have trophies implemented in them? Yes. Above all else, Metal Gear Solid. I've never played Metal Gear Solid. I've never played it. If it had trophy support, I'm doing an episode. I'm definitely doing an episode on that. I've been asked about, you do Metal Gear Solid 5? No. I've already played that 100 hours. I'm done with that game. What I would have to do for the platinum just sounds boring and dull. But Metal Gear Solid 1, if that gets trophy support, I'm doing an episode. What plans do you have for the channel going forward? I really enjoyed your Pokemon videos, and as a suggestion, you could focus on another video game series. Keep up the great work, Adam. Keep up the great work, Adam, and onward to 40k. Why not? Yeah, I did the Pokemon Red, Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Emeralds. I liked doing the Pokemon Red. That was an idea I came up with in Croatia, looking at the Croatian islands and imagining Kanto and then jumping around, all sort of stuff. But by Emeralds, I was like, this game is just the same. I'm not interested anymore. I might revisit the new one, but I have to get a Switch for that. Don't really have the money. Another series, I think it'd be cool to do Zelda. Do the 3D Zelda games, Ocarina of Time. What's the other one? Twilight Princess. Skyward, I don't know. I think there's 6 3D Zelda games. I think that would be cool. Because the objective is clear. Beat, I think, Ganon. Alright, this guy's evil. Gotta beat him. So it's kind of a very clear, distinct goal. And then let's see how that goes. I would entertain the idea of Zelda. But because what I would do with those Pokemon episodes, I would record the episode and then tip away in them throughout the course of the year, and that's why Pokemon Red was 75 minutes, Pokemon Gold was 60. That's what I'm going to do with The Witcher. So next year I'm sorted for The Witcher. I would like to give a whack at Zelda. Just call it Zelda Ocarina of Time Journey. Easy. Also, other thing, I'm starting a new series called Different Worlds. It's a travel series because I'm going to be in different places. This is my last year here. Next year I am leaving for good, ladies and gentlemen. Leaving for good. I spent the past 2 months in Romania and Bulgaria. Loved it, had my own place. Came back here because I'm hoping to go to America early next year for the Music and Gaming Festival. So I just came back here to save money for that. But afterwards, I leave and I am gone. In 2019, I lived around the world. And when I came back in 2020, I wished I had just taken clips on the smartphone of where I was, especially Vietnam. I was like, damn, I wish I just took clips of that and made some little 5-minute video of it. So when I was in Bulgaria, I recorded 2 hours of footage on my smartphone. Now granted, I've been to other parts of Bulgaria. I've been in Varna, I've been in Plovdiv, but I was in Sunny Beach this time, resort, which was fun. And I definitely had a great time and recorded a heap of stuff. So I'm going to make some fun video out of that, like a 5-7 minute video. And then I'm going to Spain next month for a weekend to meet some friends and to go to a festival. I'm going to document that. And because my friends are Spanish, hopefully get them to talk about what Spain is going through. The stuff I did in Sunny Beach was definitely surface level and vapid, but whenever you start something new, it's not going to be good. Hopefully a bit more depth in Spain, and then next year if I'm in some place, just like as a kind of a time capsule, something to look back and like, hey, that was cool. So yeah, I'm hoping maybe do about 3 or 4 of those a year. Pretty handy stuff, but something for me and for the people I met when I was there. Because you go to places and you meet people and you get on great, but you have to always leave, or they have to leave. So it's nice to have this little video that you can share together. It's like, hey, you're in the video. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Remember that night? Remember this thing? Remember that food or what we did there? Hey, remember when you were dancing on the table? It's like, yeah. Also definitely capture nights out. Something I find an awful lot of folks on YouTube who cover travel don't do is show a big night out. What are you so afraid of? It's like, oh yeah, you know, they'll show the day and doing activities, and then the next clip of them will be the following morning. Go, oh, I'm a bit hungover after last night. We went on this big thing. I went, like, motherfucker, why would you show me the night out? You're only showing me snippets of it. I plan on showing nights out. That's my thing. Oh yeah, and then apart from that, oh yes, Adam's Bar. I never got back to that. So Adam's Bar is the live streaming, I called it. Say welcome to the bar. That's dead, but I would like to do it as a video podcast, but in person. I'm not interested in doing something over Zoom. I would only do a place or be able to invite people. But yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool. And then also Drunken Gaming Championship. 2 competitors head to head. What gives out first? Their gaming skills or their sobriety. Yeah, different worlds. Adam's Bar, video podcast, Drunken Gaming Championship. That's big picture. Big picture. We'll see how it goes. Different worlds is easy to do because it's just me. Video podcast in person, that's a bit more of a logistical thing. I'll find myself in Ireland or England again, so maybe that would work. I want to be kind of like Adam's Bar would have is like, okay, so 2 people are here, and then we just welcome you into the bar as like friends are just chatting. That's the kind of thing. You're just in the bar environment, having drinks, chatting away. That's the kind of thing I want. Okay, yeah, that's the plans. Them the plans. PS3 Gaming Scotland, number 2 question, huh? Cheeky devil. What new games are you looking forward to playing this year or in the future? Loving the content, keep up the great work, and congrats on 30k subs. Adam, mate. Cheers. Ooh, I am looking forward to 0 games this year. That includes God of War Ragnarok. I'm most looking forward to this year playing The Witcher 3, really getting into it. I'm also really enjoying Resident Evil 3 at the moment. In terms of new releases, nothing. God of War Ragnarok, I have apprehensions about because I have a feeling it's going to be too big. God of War 2018 story was 20 hours, which was already a bit on the large side. I think it could have been 15. They could have trimmed the second visit to hell. That was not needed. And the word is that from the developers that, oh, God of War Ragnarok is even bigger. And I went, oh God, why? I have a feeling the story is going to be 30 hours. There's too much. Sometimes it can be too much. It's not out yet. I don't know, but yeah, apprehensive about that one. Okay, what do we have here? We still have loads to go. Jonathan Laram. Hi Adam, massive congrats on 30k. Thank you, it is well deserved. I've watched every single Platinum Journey at least 3 times now. Jesus, cheers. Such a good binge. I feel so honored when people binge watch Platinum Journey. It's just so cool. I made something worthy of being binged. Ah, it's great. My question is, would you ever consider doing a Platinum Journey revisited episodes, where you go back and re-platinum a game that you've previously got to platinum on an old generation, see if the remake/remaster has made the journey smoother or more difficult? Obviously, there isn't many big examples at the moment, but The Last of Us Part 1 coming in September would be a great way to replay one of your favorites and see how it compares. At least you won't have to do an online trophy grind again. Keep up the work. Keep up the great work, legend. So Dead Space and The Last of Us remakes would fall in that category. As for... So a remaster I would never do. They're just the same thing. And if it was a remake for Dead Space and The Last... I'm considering it, but... because there'd probably be enough of a change in the game. So I wouldn't call it a revisit. I would just call it a Platinum Journey episode. Because the trophy list for The Last of Us remake is going to be different than The Last of Us original. No multiplayer, like you said. And probably the Dead Space remake will have different trophies. So it is a different thing. I would just call it a Platinum Journey episode. So I am considering Dead Space remake and The Last of Us remake, but not too keen on them at the moment. Pippin Bam Bam. First of all, Adam, congrats on 30k. Thank you. With the amount of time you spend creating videos, you really deserve it. That's nice of you to say. My question to you is, would you do a series on your channel of just one video let's plays, like how you recently did with The Last of Us, Maybe for games without trophy support or just games you'd like to experience again. There are so many great games out there. There might not fit the criteria for a Platinum Journey episode, but they would absolutely worth playing. I'd really like to see episodes like this, where it's just you chilling, playing some brilliant games. Once again, congratulations on the milestone. I've been a fan of your work for a few years now, and it's really cool to see your progression over time and your subscriber count rising. Thank you. So replaying The Last of Us was what I did, and there will be another one. I'll be doing Beyond Good and Evil. The PS3 is making a return. Beyond Good and Evil does not have a platinum trophy. I have all the trophies in it. I'm going to sit down later on this year in this very chair. I'm going to drink beer and eat cereal and replay Beyond Good and Evil. Stuff in the future that I might do, just some of my favorite. I might do a replaying Dead Space video because I like it so much. There will be more, absolutely. One of the coolest things about the Last of Us video I did, replaying The Last of Us, is on Discord when one of the patrons, Sean, said, who knew that the best video of 2022 would be Adam shadow dropping him on a couch, eating cereal, drinking beer, and playing The Last of Us. I was like, yes. Libby, hi Adam. I just wanted to tell you that I really love your content and congratulations on... Oh no, wait. Oh, bollocks. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I've been going down. I should be going left to right. I'll finish Libby and I meant to go left to right, not up and down. Shoot. So if you're following along, you're lost. I'll do Libby and then I'll go left to right. Libby, hi Adam. I just want to tell you that I really love your content and congratulations on 30k. Thank you very much. And my question for you is, are there any PS3 or PS2 games you would like to be remastered on the PS5 that haven't been remastered for the PS4? Beyond Good and Evil, it's stuck on the PS3. It's a PS2 game, which has a remaster on the PS3, stuck on, you can't get it. Beyond Good and Evil. All right, now I'm going left to right. So folks who are following along on the community post, wondering when their question is going to be answered, I'm now going in the original route. So the last person's name I want to go up to is Jonathan Laram. And now I'm going in the order. Alex. Hi Adam. Love your content. I have some health problems recently and watching your videos has been a lovely distraction. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you're feeling better. I was wondering if you'd like to see a third The Last of Us game released. I myself feel like it would be hard to top the emotional impact of the last game, and so maybe it's best left alone. Maybe if they did a big time skip and the game had a more hopeful theme. Also, what are your favourite books? Keep up the good work. I have zero interest in The Last of Us Part 3. Yeah, as more time passes and my desire to return to The Last of Us Part 2 evaporates, I just say, Part 3, no. And of course then doing Part 1 again, I went, oh yeah, this is way better. This is way better than Part 2. For me personally, it has moments of levity. It's a nicer game to replay. I don't really want to go back to Last of Us Part 2. It's too depressing. Maybe something would be interesting if you did a time skip and Ellie was in her 40s and she had a kid that she was raising. Oh, she has a kid she's raising, right? I know, maybe if Ellie was on the more mother role, raising somebody, and she would be kind of a parallel to Joel in the first game. That might be better. If Ellie's kid was kind of the same, it was like Ellie when she was younger and kind of reminding her to not take things so seriously. Yeah, definitely a tonal change because I can't do The Last of Us Part 2, another one. No, thanks. Also, what are your favourite books? My favourite book of all time is On the Road by Jack Kerouac. Big Sur comes in close. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by Hunter S. Thompson. A Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. There's a theme here. My favourite books are about places. The Cellist of Sarajevo. I can't remember the author. That's great. Oh, To Kill a Mockingbird is a classic. Definitely that. Yeah, Jack Kerouac is my favourite author. I have about probably 5 of his books. Matthew Joyce. Hi Adam, I've been around for a good few years on this channel and I'm surprised you only have 30,000 subscribers considering the quality of your content. I've never seen such good trophy content before and of course representing the Irish. Thank you very much. Thanks for sticking around. Anyways, Adam, I have 2 questions for you because I missed the window for the 20k Q&A. Firstly, what online trophies have been the reason you haven't platinum a game you really like? None. Because if they've got online trophies, I just go, not doing it. The Last of Us being the last one I did and the nail in the coffin of that. Secondly, what is your favourite movie and or couple of your favorite movies. Congrats on 30k, you deserve it more than anyone. That is nice of you to say. So, favorite movie. Probably On the Road. It's not a great movie. It's not one of these upper echelon of movies, but it is based on my favorite book, and it does a great job of capturing the feeling of it. And the soundtrack is done by Gustavo, who also did the soundtrack for The Last of Us. That's my favorite movie. Other favorite movies include Alien. What else? Lost in Translation. Lost in Translation is fascinating to me because if you were to break it into 3-act structure, there's 10 minutes of Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson's character being in Japan. And then there's an hour plus of them just experiencing Japan. There's a conflict for about 2 scenes and it's resolved. And then there's the ending. Great movie. There's so many great little cinematography in the way it captures it. There's great sound design. The chirp of the traffic stops, the neon lighting, the sound design is so good of capturing a space. Yeah, Lost in Translation, especially during the pandemic when I thought, I'm never getting to Japan. So watching that was a great way of yes. Spoon W135, huge congrats on the 30k, lad. As always, you earned it. I see plenty of game-related questions posted, so I'll ask something a little different. What have been the best TV shows you've watched this year been? I've been rewatching Futurama. Yeah, that's really good. I also watched The Boys. That's pretty good. Started watching The Expanse, which has moments of being really good and then moments of just not being good. Some of the acting in that show is abysmal. Yeah, I'd say The Boys is probably the newest show I've watched that I think is really good. And as for the best, probably my favorite is Futurama, because I'm rewatching in anticipation for the new series. The first 4 seasons of Futurama are so fucking good. And then even during the revival, there's in that, I think, technically season 6, there's a run of 3 or 4 episodes just great. Yeah, Futurama is probably the best thing I've watched. The Boys is the best new thing I've watched. Nick Cox, congrats on the 30k. Wondering if you've seen the Uncharted movie and what your thoughts were. As a diehard fan of the series, I can enjoy it for what it is, and have a lot of fun with it, despite it not being perfect. Keep up the great work. I watched it. It was okay. I just treated it as an adventure movie as opposed to an Uncharted movie, and it was fine. I've watched Red Notice. I have a very low threshold for adventure movies. I'll watch them all. So yeah, it was better than Red Notice. Not as good as Jungle Cruise. That's my review of Uncharted the movie. Closing in on hour number 2. Skrillis, also known as Mitch, a patron. How you doing, buddy? Hey Adam, long-time viewer. I know Mitch. I was curious what keeps you going and keeps that drive and passion for video making and gaming alive. Lately, gaming has felt a bit lackluster, and I'm curious how to still get fun out of it. Do you play any for fun, or is it all video making? I like making videos, buddy. I think the whole process is great, and the end result of I made this, that's so satisfying. So that's what keeps me going for the video making process, or video making in general. As for games, I understand feeling lackluster at the moment. The PS5 generation hasn't really started. And what I do as for games, type into Google best PS4 games of all time, and then look down that list and see if anything jumps out to you I haven't played that yet. But that does look interesting. That's the Outer Worlds I'm playing at the moment. I'm enjoying it. I'm I haven't played it. That looks interesting. You pick it up for 10 to 15 euros, whatever that is in probably $16, $17. And you play through it. And just because a game is 5 years old doesn't make it any worse than something out now. So it's a great opportunity for the moment to go back and play the best games of the previous generation that you've missed. That's my recommendation. The Pain 23. Hi, Adam. Hello. Hope you are doing well and congrats on 30k subs. I have 3 Three? You cheeky fucker, huh? Huh? I want to mess with you, you're grand. I will say this. The acceleration of alcohol consumption is picking up. The first one took about an hour. That one took 45 minutes. Number 1, since you've done a lot of different games, what would you like to give The Evil Within a chance at some point? It is on the list of potential games for an episode, but not a priority. The Resident Evil games kind of scratch that itch for me. Maybe once I finish all the mainline Resident Evil games, then do The Evil Within. I don't know. Number 2, what are your thoughts on the games that were presented at the Summer Game Fest? I've forgotten. I don't know. I do like the Summer Game Fest. I like any big showcase of games. Even if I don't play the games, I like just the potential. 95% of stuff I'll never hear from again or pay interest to, but I just like the celebration of games and developers getting their chance to shine. I even watched the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. Don't remember Starfield was shown. That was underwhelming. But yeah, I just like them. I can't remember any games. I remember Starfield. That was Summer Games Fest. I don't remember anything for Summer Games Fest. Oh no, the Callisto Protocol was that, wasn't it? So yeah, it was okay. I'll watch it every year, no matter what. Number 3, will there be a looking back at 2022 video at the end of the year? Keep up the good work. Cheers. Bollocks, I'm out. Yes, I did a looking back at 2020 video because it felt like a year worth looking back on. Kind of unprecedented. I didn't do looking back at 2021 because it was just more of the same. I will do looking back at 2022 because, for those who may not know, looking back videos are what happened in the world of gaming, what happened in the world at large, and the video games I played to escape it all. That's what it is. So it covers video game news, world news, and games I played. So yes, there will be one of those because a fuckload have happened this year in video games, and even more has happened in the real world. I am going to get a refill. Oh boy. What do I have? It is currently 6 o'clock. I've eaten cereal. Since I've been back in Ireland, I've drank very little. 2 months in Eastern Europe, Romania, Bulgaria, I drank almost every day. Now, not to get drunk, but in the evening, having 3 or 4 beers, fine. So in Ireland, it would be kind of, you do a weekend thing. You do like 2 days in a row, a lot of binging. I could probably go through 24 cans. You spread that out over the whole week instead. So I'm drinking more often, probably less overall. I would like to say. I'm probably drinking more often and more overall in Romania and Bulgaria for sure. Yeah, for sure. I drank a lot in Bulgaria. So my alcohol tolerance was pretty high, especially those last couple of weeks in Bulgaria. Yeah, I kind of went out almost every night. When it's €5 for a 1 hour free bar, why not go out? So I came back to Ireland with, I would say, an elevated tolerance for alcohol. However, since I've been back, because alcohol is so expensive here, I've drank hardly anything. So now I'm 2 pints into this, and I'm going, oh boy. Hope you're keeping well. Hope this Q&A is keeping you company no matter what you're doing. Something important or just helping pass the time. That's okay. I'm now on number 3 of Guinness. The acceleration has begun from 1 hour to 45 minutes. Who knows what this is going to be? Who knows what the end result of this Q&A will be? But we are on this journey together. Angel Knives, congratulations on 30k, you truly deserve it, thank you. My question to you is, who is your favourite video game antagonist and why? My favourite video game antagonist is from Spec Ops The Line. I'm not going to say why, but for folks who have played the game, they know who it is, and I don't want to spoil it for folks who haven't played the game. Spec Ops The Line is one of my favourite stories and one of my favourite main characters in Captain Walker. If you get a chance, pick up Spec Ops The Line, bump it down to easy. The shooting is fine, it's grand, it's perfectly acceptable. The story behind it, really fucking good. But I would like to do a replaying Spec Ops The Line. I think that would be cool. Just to show you one of my favourite games and get into spoilers. Why? Sean mows the lawn. Do you prefer challenge runs or speed runs? I love how both make you think about the game differently and teach you new things even after continuous playthroughs. I've wondered if any have stuck out to you. For you. Cheers. 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 Can't let a Cheers go to waste. I prefer challenge runs. Speed runs are kind of just, play it on easy, barrel through. Challenge runs are better. Resident Evil always comes to mind. Play the game without using the item box, which is a storage container. Play the game with the knife only. Challenge runs, much better. The Trophy Muncher. Congratulations on 30k subscribers. It's very well deserved. My question is, if you could have a remake of any game, what would it be? Also just curious as to what your favorite TV show and film of all time is. Ooh. A remake of any game. A remake. Metal Gear Solid. I want to play the original on as a port, and I want to play a remake. Metal Gear Solid, because the advancements in gaming have been such that I think a remake of that would be quite interesting. Even from a gameplay perspective alone. Metal Gear Solid. Favorite TV show of all time? Boom! Futurama. I say that, and it's up there. As in, that one, Frasier, is a family favorite. Everyone in this house, my parents, my brothers, my dad even tolerates Frasier. What else? Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've been watching that for years. What I used to do is rewatch the entire series in preparation for the new season. Oh, I've watched that show so many times. Oh, Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown. Excellent. The best travel show ever made, in my opinion. Top Gear specials. Not Top Gear the show, but the specials. I'm not a car guy. But car adventures. Yeah. And as for films, yeah. Probably On the Road and Lost in Translation. And Alien is up there as well. TPH_Dragon. Would you ever consider making an episode covering an entire series for the games that couldn't make a full video? For instance, each Jack game would probably be a short video on its own, but you could combine the trilogy into one video. Love your content regardless, but there are some games I would love to see that just aren't super interesting on their own. It's a nice idea. It's a lot of work, buddy. If you do the Jack and Daxter trilogy, oh Jesus. Yeah, that's 4-month, 5-month project. I'd rather just eat like Miles Morales, just make it an 11-minute episode. That's what I'd rather do. Then, let's do 3 games and it'll be a 30-minute episode, because it's just the more you cover, the more footage you have. It's a knock-on effect. The more footage to go back through, the more voiceover. It's just, and then you're switching between games, trying to find tonal differences, and it's too much. It's a nice idea. It is a nice idea, but the back end of making it happen is just too much for me. Shay McLaughlin. Hey Adam, what game would you say that you found the most disappointing when you played it that you can think of, or just didn't live up to the hype? Mine, of course, was The Last of Us Part 2. Cheers. Cheers! I think for the 40k Q&A, you all probably know how to get me drunk quick. Say cheers. Most disappointing. After Party. After Party is made by the same folks who made Oxenfree. And here's the thing, here's the pitch. 2 college students go to hell and must drink their way out of it, including beating the devil in a drinking game to get back to Earth. What a fucking pitch. Choose your own adventure style, multiple dialogue options, great art style. Right, it's like a game made for me. Until I played it. Strongly disliked both main characters. I found the guy to be a dweeb. And I found the girl to be far too indignant. It didn't feel like they were college students. It didn't feel like they were 22 years old. It felt whiny and immature, which was strange because Oxenfree is about a bunch of high schoolers who were way more mature than the end of college students. So they were meant to be 22, but they both felt 15, 16 and annoying. After about a couple of hours, maybe not even 2 hours, I just couldn't play anymore. I could not stand either main character. And I tried to go into it blind as much as possible, like with Oxenfree. Didn't work for me. After Party is my most disappointing game. I have not finished it to this day. Carl Mayers. Love the content and all hail the Guinness. Hail. It's 7:30. I've been drinking for quite a while. Carl Mayers. Love the content, all hail the Guinness. Have you ever started a platinum journey and then regret that decision? And are there any platinum journeys you started and never finished? Damn, I meant to put you in with the other folks. Yeah, I regretted Shovel Knight. Definitely regret that. And there has never been an episode I started and never finished. Clont. Congrats, Adam. My question is, if you were to pick up a new skill to master, what would it be? Instant language learning. I've been struggling with Spanish for about fucking 5 years. I think the best way to learn language is probably got to be in the country and also have a tutor. I would love to just go to Madrid and Spain. Well, not Madrid. Madrid is fine. It's a capital. I would love to go to the south of Spain in, let's say, Malaga, Granada, and live there for a couple of months, get a tutor, and just be around the language all the time. I spent a month in Alicante, and that was nice. You definitely, through osmosis, pick up stuff. But learning online by yourself, it's not quite the same. I try to play video. I'm playing through Uncharted Drake's Fortune in Spanish, watching Spanish movies. It's not the same as being there. And then hearing the... Yeah, I would love to just live in Spain for 3 months. So when I say instant language learning, so I would love to know how to speak Spanish and, of course, Japanese. I tried that Japanese and went, maybe I should figure out Spanish and then move on to symbols and characters. Halloween. Hey, Adam, I know you love the Bioshock games. I was just curious if you've played any of the System Shock games. Love your content and congrats on 30k. Can't wait for the next video. I have not. I think I played a little bit of System Shock. One of them I played a little bit of, but it was a bit too clunky for me. The remake, I would like to get around to at some point, but I'm not sure if I will. It's low on the priority list. Too many games, not enough time. Ross Icethorpe. Again, folks, if the pronunciations are wrong, I do apologize. Sorry to be a pain, but just wanted to ask another question. I recently got Nier Automata as an anniversary gift and wanted to know what your favorite part of the game was. Keep up the brilliant work, Adam. As an anniversary gift? Your wife got you Nier Automata? That's a keeper. You hold on to her, okay? Favorite parts of the game? The setting. It's way distant future. Humanity is on its dying breath. And cyborgs fight machines on behalf of the humans. That setting, that was drew me initially. Cody Shepherd. Hey Adam, congratulations on 30k. You deserve it, man. Thank you very much. I've been watching you since your Uncharted 2 Platinum Journey. Jesus Christ. That is the very first episode. Thanks, Cody Shepherd. Thanks for sticking around. Have you ever considered playing the Yakuza series, or the Yakuza series, depending on your pronunciation? Also, do you like the Fallout games? It would be pretty cool to see a platinum journey on those. So in regards to Yakuza, I am interested in playing them, but when I looked up the trophy list for I think 3 and 4, it gets crazy. I don't see them getting an episode, but I would like to play them for fun. As for Fallout, I'm not that interested in Fallout. I've played a little bit of Fallout 3. I played a bit more Fallout New Vegas, but lost interest. It's just too brown. When I play games, I would like it to be bright and colourful if possible. The wasteland is not a place I want to be. The Gentleman Gamer. For you, my fine sir, I shall do the pinky out. Hi Adam, love your content. I've said before, and I'll say it again, you're the reason I got into trophy hunting. I'm honoured. I'm currently at 9 platinums and working towards my 10th. My question is, how do you keep up the motivation to push on and achieve a platinum even if the game keeps screwing you over? Example, I was 2 trophies away from a platinum on the game Chernobylite, but then on the final mission, the game crashed, corrupting my save file and forcing me to start all over again. I haven't gone back to it since. That sucks. Keeps me going, even getting screwed over. The camera. Then I gotta keep going, otherwise there's no episode. If I'm 30 hours into something and I get screwed over, what am I gonna do? Just stop? And then I've wasted 30 hours. Keep going. make a video of it. As for yourself, I'd probably have deleted the game and never went back. Corrupted save file, that is awful. Blurred Pixels. How you doing, James? A patron for quite a while. Congratulations, by the way. I think you've hit 200 subscribers. You're kicking ass for a new channel. You are gaining subscribers much faster than I did when I started. Congratulations, Adam, on 30k, more so 32k now. My question is, what do you consider to be the perfect night out from a plan, structure, and execution viewpoint? Hopefully, in the next few months, you'll be back with the 40k Q&A. Why not, James? Okay, Adam McDermott's perfect night out. The perfect night out does not start at night. It starts around 5 p.m. when the sun is still there. See, there's two ways of putting it. You could either go out to a bar with a beer garden, which is pretty fucking cool. Or if you have a house with a back garden, that also works. I want you and your friends to be outside near greenery. That's where you start. For a couple of hours, you just want to be amongst nature a little bit. If that's a back garden, grand. If that's a beer garden, grand. That's what I want you to be outside by greenery with your friends, drinking a couple of pints, catching up, how's things, talking about ideas, and just having a laugh. Let's say after 2 hours of doing that, it's around 7 p.m. Then you get a mosey on. You go, okay, we should probably head in towards town and just check out the crack. You want to find a pub by a river, and you want to sit outside watching that river go by and seeing the sun set. Because the sun setting, normally, if you're in a residential area, it's not great. The sun setting by a river, oh, majestic. You're there for, let's say, 2 hours. The sun sets around 8. You're there watching the sun go down. You stay there as the sun sets for another drink around 9. Now you're thinking to yourself, okay, switch up the gears. We're no longer chilling. We've done plenty of chilling. We're now ready for some action. Preferably, you check the local guides of whatever town you're in. Is there a band playing? Is there a local gig going on in some dive bar that would be great crack? And that's what you head towards. That gig will probably be on around 10 p.m. So you walk from the bar you're in over towards there. Let's say along the way you stop off in an off license. You pick up a cheeky naggin. You put in, if you have a girl with you, that's desirable because she got a purse. For fellas, it's much more difficult to hide a naggin when you just got like jeans. Get in there. You order a pint at the bar. You head towards where the music is going to be played. You do a little bit of mingling. Oh, you here for this, you here for that? Just get to know the folks around you. Get to know the folks around you. You're all here for the same thing. It's quite nice. The lights go down. The chatter dies. The band take the stage. The first song. It's got to be a band. I want to hear live instruments. The fervor of the room builds. And everyone's just like, yeah. And you realize this is it. And you're throwing the arm around your friends. And you're like, I love you. This is great. And then, of course, it's like a bit of a nudge. It's like, hey, I'm going to get some lemonade. Get some lemonade. Off into the bathroom. Come out. Hey, lemonade plus. You don't want to be stingy. You definitely have a couple of pints at the bar. You've bought your ticket for the gig. Of course, you get a little bit of juice as well. And then once the gig ends, let's say 11:30, then you want to go off to a late bar. A place where they've got music on the speakers, but the prevailing sound is chatter. You've been out since 5. You're a little bit tipsy. You don't want to go to a nightclub. You don't want to be no longer talking to your friends. Go to a late bar, find a booth and just settle in and relax. And you stay there until your belly is full and your night is full of memories. And then you can bounce over to the nearest fast food place. Get yourself chips or a burger or pizza. You say goodbye to your friends, you jump in a taxi home, and you realize you've had a damn good night. There you go. Weasel329. What is your ultimate vision for Platinum Journey? I've seen how you've become an amazing editor and incorporated new things to each episode. So I'm curious if you have a vision for the perfect episode in mind. Thanks for noticing how the episodes have improved, by the way. The perfect episode was almost Metal Gear Solid 4. Oh, it was almost perfect, except I screwed up the presenting section. So the reason why I screwed up is because the poster I was using, what I forgot to do was there was a shine off the lights. Because what I do for the regular poster is I sprayed it with clear acrylic matte spray paint, which decreases glare. And I didn't do that with the other poster. So I couldn't shine lights directly on it. I had to bounce them off the walls. It wasn't bright enough, so I had to adjust the brightness in post, which kind of gave some artifacts. That wasn't great. And then the acoustics were not good because the apartment I was in was not good. I've learned an awful lot from being there. Just there's a slanted wall. There's an awful lot of kind of empty space, plenty of echo. I put down every bit of fabric I could find on the floors to reduce it, but it still had some. So the audio wasn't great. So the visuals and the audio wasn't great. That 1 minute of presenting, 30 seconds, it's prevented the MGS4 episode from being perfect. So apart from that, the episode was perfect. And that to me that had like a lot happened. And it felt like a true journey. And being the 50-minute runtime. And then of course the ending, I was really happy with. The fact that I not only get to say goodbye to the PS3 and Solid Snake, or just Snake in general, as well as have a bit of a teaser for something else I'm planning, even bigger at the very... That to me was as close to perfect as I could do. David Damiani. Hi Adam, love your channel, been subscribed since the Uncharted 4 Platinum journey. Great to see such an amazing channel do well. Thank you. My question is, do you watch anime? If so, what are your favorites? Anime series? No. Anime movies? Loads. I've watched probably all the big ones over the past 20 years. As for favorite anime movies, of course, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Summer Wars, Grave of the Fireflies, Perfect Blue, Paprika, My Neighbor Totoro, a lot of stuff. Belle even came out recently, I quite like that. If I would say like absolute favorites, probably the trifecta of Spirited Away #1, Princess Mononoke #2, and My Neighbor Totoro is #3. #3 is in the books, folks. #3 is in the books. How quick was that? Oh, that was 38 minutes. Oh, they're getting quicker, aren't they? It's an acceleration of intoxication. Alex King. Hey, buddy. First off, congratulations on 30k. You deserve it, especially with the amount of dedication and work that goes into each Platinum Journey video. Thank you. Secondly, I have 2 questions if that's all good. Nope. You're banned, Alex. Fuck off. When you said a Resident Evil game each year, does that include 5 and 6 when you reach them? I only ask because they are favored less than the original titles, and I didn't know what your opinions on them are. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the time I get to 8, there will be Resident Evil 9. So you're going to have 9 Resident Evil. Actually, you're going to have 10. Because I'm going to do Resident Evil 4 HD as a Platinum Journey bonus episode. There's actually no Platinum for it, even though you've got to beat the game in the hardest difficulty. And I will do the Resident Evil 4 remake, which I don't think looks good. But I'm going to do those episodes back to back. Resident Evil 4 HD and Resident Evil 4 remake. And see the difference. But yeah, 5 and 6. I've played a little bit of 5. I've never played 6. I know it's batshit stupid. But... I'm interested in trying it out. My second question is, what platinums made you sour on the game, making you wish you had stopped at just finishing the game and preserving great memories? GTA Vice City. Yeah, I even mentioned in the episode. Don't go for the Godfather rating. Do all the other trophies, sure. Actually, don't even do the trophies. Play through the story, enjoy yourself, and once you're finished, just stop. Going for the Godfather rating, going for the collectible stuff, just ruins the fun. Play through the story, stop, preserve those great memories. Lastly, Adam, keep making videos as they are always a different, great work of art with each video made. Whenever I might be having a bad day and see a new video out, it will always keep me entertained with your kind and upbeat nature. Bring on 40k. That is lovely, Alex. Thank you very much. Oh, folks. How many more do we have to go? It's 8 p.m. I wonder how many cans of Guinness I will finish. This is going to be interesting. This is a 5.5 hour memory card. Will I have to change it? We're already approaching 3. Damn. I don't mind, folks. I got the time. It is Saturday. Some folks on their Saturday nights go out. Some folks meet up with people. My Saturday night is drinking Guinness with you fine folks. Oh, that is gorgeous. When you open the can of Guinness and it does not foam up outside the can, that's a really good sign that you're going to get a stellar bubble-free head. So we settle you down there. Yeah, that's going to be one kick-ass pint of Guinness. Ah, see, I told you. I know my fucking shit. Look at that. It's a complete lack of bubbles in the head. As in, if it was 50 milliliters higher, you could almost serve that in a pub and no one would notice the difference. Divine. Divine. Alexis. Oh boy. Alexis Cole Innie 0. Alexis. Hello, Adam, and congrats on 30k subs. Very well deserved. Thank you. I saw on your profile that you played Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and as a massive Assassin's Creed fan, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what I think is the best game in the franchise. Greetings from Greece. Oh, Greece. I'd love to go to Greece. Fascinating country. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the pirating. I thought some of it dragged, but overall, really enjoyable. I enjoyed. It was enjoyable. Worst review ever. Was okay with the pirate sections, but definitely didn't... How do I put it? I think there was just enough. There was more piratey sections on the boat fighting. I would not have been okay with that. I finished the story, which means I want to see the end of it. I liked the main character. I liked his backstory. I liked the sea shanties from the folks. Yeah, it is the only Assassin's Creed game I've finished the story. And for that reason, I also think it's the best one. Sean Williams. Hey, Adam. Great content on the channel non-stop. I was curious how you juggle stuff in your life and gaming and YouTube. I make lists. What I do is every day, I make a to-do list for the following day. And I will wake at this time, do this from... I always wake at this time, edit Platinum Journey or record Platinum... Edit whatever the current post-production Platinum Journey is. That's number one. Do that for a couple of hours. And then client work. And then there's secondary video. If I'm... the Q&A is a secondary video. The top 5 is a secondary... Q&A is a secondary video. Record the next episode of Platinum Journey, 2 hours. And then Discord and YouTube comments, I spend about half an hour on that, and then another half an hour just watching, checking up on YouTube stuff. Folks I'm subscribed to, oh shoot, Joel has put out a new video, let's check it out. Yeah, and then I definitely schedule time off. So this evening, done at this time, and now I'm going to... As in the season finale of The Boys was last night. So I just scheduled in, this evening, watch The Boys. Or I'll schedule in Play Outer Worlds. So the reason why I juggle it all so well is because I make lists every day for the following day. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And it's not sort of a dictator of you must. No, it's I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do that. And then you know how the day is going. And don't be don't be a tyrant. Well, yeah, stuff is going to slip. Stuff is going to take longer. For example, if I put 2 hours to the current episode of Platinum Journey, but I'm in a groove and it goes 2.5, then so be it. Or if I'm doing a secondary video, I'm not really feeling it, instead of putting a full hour towards it, I'll just do 45 minutes. Or if lunch runs long, it's like it's a guidance. What's the Captain Barbosa thing? We think of them as guidelines more than rules or something like that. Oh yeah, and then stuff in life, I will put down day off. Here's a fun thing, day off. And I'll go, what do you want to do? Because it's very easy for a day off to go, oh, well, I'm just going to do nothing. Well, yeah, but why not do something? And that's something that I'm going to sit in this fucking chair for 4 hours and I'm going to eat popcorn and watch Futurama. That's what I want to do. I'll put that down. I want to do that. Or a common thing for me is I want to go into town. I want to walk along the river and have a pint of Guinness. And I'll put that down. So yeah, you got to figure out what you want. Well, I figure out what I want. And then I make sure to make time for it. And of course, meeting up with friends. That's another thing, is I'll schedule tomorrow evening, I got something to do with a friend. And then on Monday evening, I got something to do with a friend. Tuesday evening, I got a call with a cousin of mine who's in England. So you that scheduling and a to-do list and making sure I know what I want to do and I make sure I have time for it. Aaron C. Congrats on 30k, Adam, and hope you're enjoying your Guinness. You know me so well. Can you let us know what games you want to platinum on the Horizon and what's been your favorite platinum so far? On the Horizon is Resident Evil 3, then God of War 3. Favorite platinum so far? Oxenfree. Law N. If you could pick 5 elements from different games to build your perfect game/platinum journey, what would it be? I.e., the world building in Red Dead 2, the story of MGS, and the set pieces of Uncharted. The characters of Uncharted, the gameplay of Choose Your Own Adventure style of Oxenfree, and the world building of Bioshock. There you go. The Gaming Silly Pie. Hey Adam, loving the videos, man. Thank you very much. I really wondered on your opinions on the PS5. Would you recommend it in its current state? Because I'm not sure about getting one, seeing as the main exclusives are coming to PS4 anyway. Love your videos. Do you as you do, brother. Yeah, I think I mentioned before, you don't need a PS5. There is no reason to have a PS5. Oh, slightly faster loading screens. Doesn't matter. It's not worth 500 euros. Not worth it. Grim Pyro X. I'm so proud of you hitting 30k. Thank you very much. Here's to 100k, my friend. Oh my. Getting very ambitious. Ever since I discovered your channel with your MGS4 Platinum Journey video, top shelf quality, by the way, it has inspired me to start platinuming games again, starting with Vice City, TMNT, Shredder's Revenge, and Elden Ring. I'm currently trying to platinum MGS4 myself, and it would mean the world to my wife and I, if you would say. Alright, this is a quote from MGS4. Alright, Shane, you can use this as a snippet, you can use it as your answering tone, if you want. I'm going to say it 3 ways. So the line is, Shane, you are the lightning in the rain, you can still shine through the darkness. I'm going to do it 3 ways for you. I'm going to do it as my impression of Snake, old Snake. I'm going to do it as myself, and I'm going to do it, I'll give you a very Irish version, like a kind of over-the-top Irish version. I'll give you 3 versions. You can pick whichever one you want. Old Snake first. Shane, you are the lightning in the rain. You can still shine through the darkness. I'll do that again. Shane, you are the lightning in the rain. No. Shane, you are the lightning in the rain. You can still shine through the darkness. I'll do it as myself. I don't think my Snake impression is good. Shane, you are the lightning in the rain. You can still shine through the darkness. And a very Irish version. Shane, you are the lightning in the rain. You can still shine through the darkness. Ha! You feckin' idiot. Anyway, keep up the good work, Adam. Cheers. The Snake impression is not good. Probably use the neutral version. But yeah, there you go, buddy. Jesus, we're on number 4. Will I finish? I bought an 8-pack Will I finish all 8? Are these Q&As taking on a life of their own? Because the first one was 2 hours, the second one was 3 hours. Although the second one was actually a recording session of 5 hours. But I got so drunk I had to cut out an awful lot. This is already quite lengthy and I still have a ways to go. What will the 40k look like? Let's try and get through this one first and see what the damage is. Dean McKenney. What worlds in any game would you love to live in? Huge congrats on 30k. Enjoy the Guinness, my Irish brethren. Cheers, Macordia. Any gaming world I would love to live in? Probably Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Discovering a U-boat in the jungle. Although an awful lot of dangerous people. Love to live in. See, living is different than, because an awful lot of these games are violent. BioShock pre the fall of Rapture. So BioShock Buried at Sea. They're all violent. I'm not sure I'd like to live in any of the video game worlds. Spiritfarer. It's the afterlife, just helping people out. Find their passage to the great beyond. Spiritfarer. I'll choose that. No violence. That helps. Sean Mahoney. Congratulations on 30k and all your platinum trophies. How and when you decide you're going to platinum a game? And when you're going to walk away from a game without the platinum? I don't know. Game interests me. Check out the list. Is it crazy? Like a Red Dead Redemption 2? If not, hey, it's a possibility. And then proceed from there. What's the time commitment? Is it a 40-hour platinum or an 80-hour platinum? How do I fit into the schedule? And then as for walking away, I've walked away from Spiritfarer Platinum. And as for the show, never walked away from Platinum. Got close with Shovel Knight. Got close in Modern Warfare. Liam Peel. Been watching your videos for years now, Adam. Thank you very much. Absolutely love them. What are some of your future goals, both for the channel and, if so, your personal life too? Oh my. Getting deep in the weeds. So for the channel itself, I would like to continue making videos. I've got stuff scheduled for the rest of the year. More Platinum Journey episodes. More kind of side-off videos like this. Or I'm going to do my top 10 favorite video game characters. I'm going to do a looking back at 2022. We'll do a start of a new series, Different Worlds, with Sunny Beach, and then Spain, a place called Chinchon. And also myself and the patrons are doing a meetup in September in Manchester, England. 22 of us are meeting up. We're going to go to Weatherspoons and then go to a video game bar and just have a great time. Folks I've been chatting away with for the past year, with all our monthly hangouts. It's going to be great fun. I'm going to document a bit of that. I was kind of inspired by Lucy, who did a vlog of the meetup myself, herself, Lewis and Joel did. And it was a thing of like, I was excited to watch it because it was a way to relive the memories. And Joel felt the same. I think Lewis felt the same as well. And I kind of want to do that for our September meetup with the patrons. It was like, I'm just going to record stuff on the smartphone, like clips here and there. And just as a good time, I'll make a video about that. And then the following year, I would like that the place I'm going to live in, because people have reached out when I mentioned in my most played PS4 and PS5 games that I was in Bucharest. I had multiple people reach out and say, hey, I'm fucking here as well. I'd love to show you around. And I've also had people, I think there's a Croatian as well. People in Croatia watch my videos. And I think it'd be utterly fascinating that the next time I leave Ireland for good, if I could tell people, hey, I'm going to be here, 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 and here. If you're a local, give me a shout. Give me a tour and tell me about your home city or the city you live in and let me learn. So that would be kind of the Different Worlds thing. And a way to just meet up with fun people around the world. And then, of course, if I had a big picture and I could just get my own place in Limerick and I could bring people in, I could do the Adams Bar in-person video podcast and then Drunken Gaming Championships. As for my own personal life, I would say probably something I do track is losing weight. I did the Resident Evil 2 video, so it's almost a year since. And I remember walking in front of the camera for the presenting bit. And I went too fat. I was 15 stone, 8 pounds. I was about 100 kilos. Just too much for somebody who's 5 foot. I used to always say I'm 5'8". I'm technically 5'8.5". Then I met Joel. He's like, I'm 5'8". And I went, but I'm taller than you. He went, yeah, because you're 5'9". So I'm 5'9". And I was about 100 kilos, 15 stone, 10. I was probably over 100. Yeah, 100. So I decided to start losing a little bit of weight. Like, let's just lose 1 kilo or about 2 pounds per month. That's it. Very easy. And it's actually worked. I just steadily went down. Then, of course, when I left here, I don't have the Irish mammies cooking. In Romania, that 1 month in Bucharest, I lost 10 pounds or about 4.5 kilos. So now I'm 14 stone or 88.9 kilos. Let's say 89. So I went from 100 kilos to 89 kilos, or from 15 stone 10 to 14 stone. So it's quite a significant drop. I'm still not healthy, according to my doctor. Fucking what does he know, huh? So if I were to be healthy, I would have to be, for my body weight, for my size, I would have to be around 80 kilos, or maybe 77, which would be about 12 to 12.5 stone. So yeah, personally, I would like to just continue losing weight steadily but surely until, I don't know, even more of a stud muffin than before. Aaron McGuire. Hi Adam, congrats on 30k. Did you ever go to college, and how did you do in your leaving cert? Just did mine last month. I did terrible on my leaving cert. So for those who are not in Ireland, the leaving cert is short for leaving certificate. You finish your secondary school, which is like high school, and the exam you do to get your points total, and then you can apply to college courses. So the maximum is 600 points because it's based on 6 subjects, 100 points for each subject. I got 360 points, which means I was barely above average. I became disenfranchised by education in my secondary school. I thought it was just a waste of time. Completely hated the entire experience. Barely scraped into college. Went to college because that's what you do. This was 10 years ago now. I'm 31, by the way. Actually, it was longer. It was 12 years ago. I do think college is important for the social aspects. I think you get to meet an awful lot of people. You get to sharpen your social skills, how to introduce yourself, how to carry yourself, how to get comfortable meeting people. That's important. That's like a lifelong skill. And who knows, the friends you make in college might even stick with you for a long time to come. And you will probably have a lot of really good memories in those 4 years. The actual courses themselves, dog shit. But the social aspect, I would highly encourage that. Find a college that's cheap. Talk to as many people as possible. That will matter way more than the course you're doing, in my opinion. Unless you're a doctor or a lawyer, that's probably more important. I did digital media design, a fugazi course. It was nonsense. And I turned out all right. So I'm sure, Aaron, you'll be grand. TPAMMT. I'm not going to pronounce that. No question. Just wanted to chime in and say that I happened upon your MGS4 Platinum video autoplay and ended up watching the entire thing. Your videos are pretty awesome, especially for a small creator. Cheers from Virginia. Damn, you got me on the autoplay and kept watching? That's really cool. Marto. Hello, Adam. Congratulations on 30k. Just 70k to go. Yes. Actually, as an aside, I think I was asked earlier about the goals for the channel or something like that. I want to get to 100k because 100,000 people is the population of my home city of Limerick. That to me would be cool. So if I get to 100k, I will do a 100k subscriber special where I will take you on an evening/night out in my home city. We will start here. I'll put on the walking shoes. I'll put on my drinking shirt and my backpack. We will get a water bottle. We will be putting beer in the water bottle. We will go to a deli. We will find some spicy potato wedges. And then we'll meander around this big long route into the city. Stop off an off-license, stop off at a pub. Pints of Guinness only. Then when in town, get a Chick-fil-A roll. Chick-fil-A roll. And of course, some sausage rolls. Along by the river. My favourite pub, JJ Bowles. I'll show you the Castle of Limerick. And then as the night goes on, the thing James asked, what's your perfect night? I will take you on that. We will go to a gig. We will dance our ass off. And at the end of the night, there will indeed be very bad food. So if there's 100,000 subscribers to this channel, I will do a special where I take you on a night out in my home city. Do you watch WWE? No. Do you get the new PS Plus? No. Sorry to burst your bubble. Would you ever do something similar to what Mystic did, 30 plats in 30 days? No. Did you ever try gemisht? I believe the S is like an SH. Gemisht. White wine and sparkling water while you were in Croatia? I did not. I think I only scratched the surface of Croatia. I was in Split. It was really nice. But I think I only scratched the surface. I didn't meet enough Croatians. I would say that. I met them in passing as acquaintances, but never really kind of befriended a Croatian. Met a great Welsh couple, and of course there's this camaraderie between Welsh people and Irish people. Yeah, I didn't try that. There's so much about Croatia I do not know. I definitely want to go back there. Definitely want to go back there. And who knows? Marto, you could be my guide. Aaron James, buddy, you've been around for a while. Good while. You get a cheers. Yeah, I am accelerating quite a lot. Congrats on the 30k, man. I love your videos. I've watched them all multiple times. And at this stage, oh, there we go. It's cleaned up. I watched them multiple times at this stage. Minimum of 3 times, let's say, and even more than that. Cheers, Aaron. Now I have an idea. I've actually said it before. I suggested you do thoughts on video on games you've played, but I'd love if you played games you had no plan on getting the platinum in, just some good story heavy games that you want to play, and give something like a review of sorts on it. That way you're not spending 80 plus hours playing the game you're playing at most 10 hours, then making a video on it, and can be done while we wait the next Platinum Journey. I'm greedy and would love a video more often. So I like your idea, but I will reject it because I don't want every time I'm playing a game for me to think, oh, how am I going to make a video about this? Like Platinum Journey is a thing and it's very serious, and of course the replaying stuff, but I'm playing Outer Worlds. You will never hear, or you will never get a video about it from me. And I mentioned Oxenfree numerous times. There's no video about it. Yeah, it's nice to preserve video games as a hobby as well. I don't just think, oh, how can I make that an episode? No, just play it and enjoy it. And still remember what made you love games in the first place. So that to me is important. Hams, well-deserved 30k, brother. What is the best city/country you've traveled to so far and why? Take care of yourself. God bless you, friend. Best city/country. I've had the most fun in Bulgaria, as in between Sunny Beach and then Plovdiv. Like Plovdiv or Plovdiv. My pronunciation is great. That is a place I was so content in. I thought I could never leave and I'd be happy. Longest pedestrian street in all of Europe. You get in the city centre, it's all pedestrianised. They've got a park, they've got drinks, they've got outside bars. They had this meat festival going on at one point. They've got a rock bar. Well, they've got multiple rock bars. I was like, this place is great. So probably Plovdiv or Plovdiv. Plovdiv. But then also Chiang Mai in Thailand was fantastic. a bit of growing pains and culture shock, but once again, the swing of things, it was just mesmerizing. I'd say probably, if I would say top 2, Chiang Mai, Thailand, and Plovdiv. But I haven't been to Japan yet. Shagata456. Hello there, Adam. Hello there, Ben Kenobi. I know I've asked you this before, but can you please do a platinum journey for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? It's a really good way for people to know the full story of the show without having to watch 200 plus episodes, and it's a good balance of challenge and is very satisfying platinum. Thanks for all the hard work. You are more than welcome. I will not be doing that, I'm afraid. I have zero interest in Dragon Ball Z. I understand it's a big deal. I understand it's probably an awful lot of Westerners' first introduction to anime. And I'm sure the game is good. It's just not for me, buddy. I think it'd be wasted. I would probably zone out. Yeah, I don't think it'd be an interesting video. Oh, Gibby plays games. How you doing, buddy? Gibby's a patron for quite a while. Cool dude. Congrats on the 30k, Adam. Big up. Whoop whoop. If you could live or go anywhere at any time in history, regardless of real life complications, where would you like to go? 1920s Paris. Because of Ernest Hemingway's A Movable Feast, the 1920s Paris seems to me like just this magical place. Oh, the promenade, the walks, the wine. Because modern day Paris is way too big. Way too big. But 1920s Paris just is on the uptick. 1920s Paris, Gibby. Absolutely. Has Morehouse. Hey, man. Don't know if you've been asked this question before, but what do you think is the most important game ever made technically, or so not necessarily your favorite game ever made, but the most impressive? By the way, congratulations on 30k. Huge achievement. Keep with the great content. Thank you very much. Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 was available exclusively on Steam. And because of that, an awful lot of people bought or downloaded Steam. And look at what Steam is today. Without the initial push of Half-Life 2, Steam might not be where it is. And then, of course, the obvious thing is Pong, because that was the first. Pong to start the ball rolling, and then Half-Life 2 for the current PC landscape. Missing collectible, I do Pete. Or Will, it might be Will. Congratulations on a well-deserved 30k subscribers. When does the Canon Party start? Okay. This is definitely Pete. The Canon Party is a proposal from myself. Okay, here's how it works. In politics, what I hate more than anything else is not terrible people. What I hate is hypocrisy. If you do not care about the people who voted for you, just say that. If you're an asshole, be an asshole. If you're a nice person, be a nice person. But don't be a hypocrite. What bothers me the most is somebody pretending to be nice in the public and then going around and doing the exact opposite. That bothers me to no end. So, I have a solution. Some might call it extreme, but I call it necessary. What would be great is if we get a cannon. Okay, we get a cannon and the Cliffs of Moher, majestic side of Ireland, we aim the cannon, pew, like on the edge of the Cliffs of Moher, like right out there. Like there's as the cliff comes out, we set an awful lot of seats behind it of other politicians to get a good view and know they might be next. And on the other side of the cannon, it's like behind the cannon is fine this way, behind people this way. And all the people here are people who the politician has wronged. And we fire them out off into the Cliffs of Moher. They splatter against the side of it. We live stream it in 4K. And then, as the waves crash upon the cliff face and they're dragged away, they are removed as the stain on society they used to be. That's my idea for the Canon Party. You do it once. You do it once for a truly hypocritical human being who has no morals, and every other politician falls in line. Because I would like for a politician to come up on stage and go, yeah, I just don't like poor people. I think they're lazy. I think they're stupid, and I don't care for them. Say what you mean and do what you say. So let's make a party. Actually, no, not even a party, because political parties are for losers who've never been invited to an actual party. Look at all these politicians. Would you invite them to your party? No, they're fucking losers. And by losers, I don't mean losers because of some unfortunate circumstance of their upbringing. I mean people who have had all the opportunity in the world and have still decided to be reprehensible human beings. Losers. And you wouldn't invite them to a party. So why are they running a political party? Doesn't make sense to me. Canon. So yeah, those are my ideas. Bit extreme? Sure. Do it once. Do it once. And every other fucker will fall in line. What's the alternative? Keep going down this route of terrible politician after terrible politician? Okay, I'm going to get a refill. See that? So it bursts above it. I did not have that standing upright. I had that lying on its side in the fridge in the garage. Yeah, you can already see it there. Not great. Not great. Michael Osborne, with your growing channel, what are your planning video-wise? Same old goodies or some elaborate shenanigans? I'm excited for the hours you are going to put into... I'm excited for the hours you are going to put in replying to questions, mate. Cheers. Yes, we are quite deep in the thick of things at the moment, Michael. Yeah, so I mentioned before, I probably should have grouped these as well. Platinum Journey, secondary videos, different worlds, video podcast, Drunken Gaming Championship. Ross Icethorpe. After watching many of your videos, I've gone on to plat many of the same games, Dead Space, Doom, Shadow of the Colossus. I love your content and hope you keep up the good work. My question is, would you consider going for the Platinum in Cuphead? I bought the game last year and absolutely adored it, and now it's probably the hardest platinum I've done. Here's to 40k and thanks for inspiring me to drink Guinness too. Cheers. I won't be doing Cuphead. The gameplay, the moment-to-moment gameplay doesn't interest me. The art style is, of course, magnificent, but playing the game is not something I like to do. The constant shooter thing just doesn't interest me. So congrats on Platinum in Cuphead. I know it's difficult. Not for me, unfortunately. Cahan Martin or Kythan Martin? Cahan Martin? Cahan Martin, maybe? Hey Adam, congratulations on 30k subscribers. Thank you. I was wondering, what's a day in the life of you like? Is there anything interesting going on just now or watching anything good? Are you into any sports? So day in the life is wake up around, let's say noon is when I wake up. So I don't actually have to wake up at any time in particular, just stuff throughout the day I gotta do. And I'm more of a night person. Wake up first 2 hours, current episode of Platinum Journey, then an hour of the secondary videos like this or top fives or whatever. Then a few hours of client work, then record the next episode of Platinum Journey, back up the footage, respond to folks on Discord or on YouTube. Preferably, I want to leave the apartment or the house every single day. Either go for a walk. Ideally, I want to leave the place. I want to go to a park. I want to grab a drink along the way and maybe even a new book. As for these days right here, quite subdued. Evenings are more or less watch TV shows, maybe a movie. And as for nights out, I've got something planned in a couple of weeks. Going to meet some cousins, going to hang out in the back garden, just stay up all night. And next month go to Spain. But when I'm back here in Ireland, it's quite subdued. When I'm in other places, I definitely have more of an inkling to go out and sit at a bar and watch the world go by. Whereas if I do it here, the weather might not be there. The weather might not be applicable to watching the world go by. And also when a pint is €5, you're like, Jesus. You know, I might go out for just an evening and spend €20 and go, well, I can't do that every evening. Chef Boy Sauce. I know you said Shovel Knight pushed your limits, but I feel a burning need to ask, would you ever do another platformer? I personally love platformers and just holding out hope you'll do some more. Either way, happy hunting and I'll keep watching regardless. Yeah, they're not my thing, buddy. You probably know this. Not gonna happen. No more Shovel Knight stuff, no Crash Bandicoot. But thank you for watching regardless. Charlie Greer. Hi, Adam. Hello. Huge fan of Platinum Journey, and what platinum would you want to get but under circumstances cannot obtain? Keep fancy videos and cannot wait for Sekiro later this year. Damn. Forgot to group you earlier, buddy. Yeah, I'm good. I got MGS 2 and 4 and we'll be doing The Witcher 3 later this month. Later this year. Hello, Adam. This is one of my favorite channels ever from Solid Snake. Anyway, my question, what has been your favorite Platinum Journey so far and what future games are you looking forward to tackling? Also, do you think you are going to Platinum Journey on Neo? It's one of my favorites, and will you find it interesting? Also, buddy, punctuation, come on. It's all one sentence. Kiss Pro, and you're going to do a Platinum Journey when it comes out. Keyword work. Future games tackling, yeah. So RE3 next, and then Modern Warfare 2, then God of War 3, then RE3. All the threes. I will not be doing Neo. Callisto Protocol, meh on. Thinker. Do you gather all the footage first, then edit, or do you build the video as you progress in the game? Record everything first. The reason being, let's say for example, I spend a day on a difficult section in the game. I think that's definitely part of the video. So the next day I take that section, I edit, and I edit, and I edit. And then 3 days later, I encounter a new boss. And it's similar as the one I just did, but way more difficult. Oh shit, well then that's the one I'm going to use. So I've just wasted a day editing the previous boss, even though that one is what I'm going to use. So it's way better to record everything first, know what you have, know what's scalable. Like there's certain points, I thought that was important at the time, but turns out it wasn't. So if I had edited it, I would just wasted time. Record everything first, look over all the footage, log it, write the voiceover, edit. Patrick Dick. Congrats on 30k. Hang on. What am I even saying? If time wasn't an issue, what are your top 3 games you'd get the platinum for? MGS2, MGS4, The Witcher 3. 2 out of 3 done. Simon Jerling? Is the B silent? Jerling? Hi Adam, congrats on 30k subscribers. It almost seems like yesterday you had your 20k Q&A, even though it's almost been 2 years since you posted that video. My question is travel related. Oh my. Of all the places you have visited, which has not lived up to your expectations and why? Much love from Sweden, my beloved Sweden. Lived there for a while. Vietnam. Yeah. I had a difficult time in Vietnam. I was in northern Vietnam, in Hanoi. Did not go well. I did not sample Bia Hoi, which is the local beer. I was definitely, I don't know, it didn't go well. I also had banking issues. My bank cancelled my account because banks are so fucking stupid. Hey, your card popped up on some other country. We'll just cancel your account. Maybe check with me before cancelling. Do you know the way if you use a VPN and you sign in from someplace else in the world, you'll get a notification like, is this you? If it is, confirm. If it isn't, we will shut it down. Hey banks, maybe get in the 21st century. My bank cancelled my account. So I was in Vietnam with no money. And then they had the audacity, it was Ulster Bank by the way, fuck you. And they said, hey, go to your nearest branch and they can figure it out. And I went, yeah, that's great. I'm in Vietnam. How am I going to get from Vietnam to Ireland if I have no fucking money? So that didn't go well. Eventually got it fixed thanks to my mother, my amazing mother, who went down to the branch with the fucking birth certificate of me to prove, yeah, can you turn on his account, you gobshites? If I did not have my mother, I think I would have been fucked. Like really fucked. So that didn't go well. Once that was sorted though, I got better at Hanoi. I went, like there's a river that divides the south, which is very city centre, and then the north, which is more a bit quieter. Once I went over the river and stayed there for a couple of weeks, that was nicer. In fact, that's the part of Hanoi I kind of look back on fondly. But every stuff in the centre, I go like, Jesus fucking Christ. It was overwhelming to me. So yeah, Hanoi. Well, I say Vietnam, but in particular Hanoi. It was my first time in Vietnam, an awful lot of ideas about it, an awful lot of literature. But then when I was there, I went, oh, Jesus Christ. I cannot get used to this. But eventually found my footing towards the end. I definitely need to go back. I need to go back to Vietnam, for sure. And Hanoi, and just sort of get my bearings again. I'm not writing it off. I need to give it a second chance. Jerry Bolger. Adam Bud, it's great to see a fellow Paddy doing so well for himself, so fair play. Thank you. My question is, do you have any games lined up that will take long-time followers by surprise? Particularly now that PS Plus is whatever it is right now. And the obvious follow-up, if you have such a game, sorry, it's blurred, it's not loading in quite properly, have such a game planned to platinum, you'd hardly divulge, or will you remain your own enigmatic self? Congratulations, 30k man. Perhaps a whiskey tasting at 40k. Whiskey tasting, no. Because you have to buy more than one whiskey. That's expensive, buddy. Not going to do that. It's like 9. Let's say what you do, 5 whiskeys for a whiskey tasting. That's €150. As for games, take people by surprise. Bastion. I'm doing Bastion later in the year. Yeah, Bastion. I'm going to start doing these Supergiant games. Bastion, Transistor, Skip and Pyre don't interest me, and then Hades. There you go. Little secret for the next 3 years of Supergiant games as games. Mad. I like watching playthroughs of horror games. Found your channel from the Alien Isolation video and instantly subbed. There's no other channels like yours. Is there any future horror games you would like to platinum? The other Resident Evils, Outlast, Dead Space remake when it comes out. Yes, I'll be continuing Resident Evil games for many years to come. As for horror games, probably not, I'm afraid. Alien Isolation was a different beast because it was based on one of my favorite films. I don't fancy doing Outlast. As for the Dead Space remake, who knows? Yeah, can't guarantee anything other than more Resident Evil videos. Parker Robertson. Dude, are you on your 3rd question? Fucking delinquent. What games do you play on the sides of Platinum Journey? And what have some of your favorites that you don't have the Platinum for? Also, do you play new games when they... Hang on, I'll answer this one first. I play indie games. I like indie games. I'm playing Outer Worlds. Not quite indie, but still like it. Favorites you don't have the Platinum for? Spiritfarer. 80%. Don't want to do the collectibles. Also, do you play new games when they come out, such as Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart and Resident Evil Village? Or do you wait for your Platinum Journey episode to do the first playthrough? I wait. As in, both of those will be getting an episode. Actually, Rift Apart will probably be either late this year or early next year. It's going to be €70 if I buy it now. Or I'll wait until the episode and it'll be 50 or 30 or even below. Yeah, so I wait. Ash Moore, you travel a lot, but which 3 countries are still on your bucket list? Thanks for all the great content. Japan, China, Nicaragua. Japan for obvious reasons. It's just, I think we all know why Japan. China, because I am fascinated by old China. The land of the dragon. That sort of, the coastlines of Shanghai and Beijing, that's okay. But mainland China, like that deep Western China, that's what I kind of want to get towards. As for Nicaragua, it's just fascinating how the history of it, how it was fucked by the US. And they have this thing in one of the places called Sunday Funday, which is this massive bar crawl, which I would like to do. And it seems like a colourful and interesting country with an awful lot of culture and history and really nice people. So, yeah. Japan, China, Nicaragua. iRetrocade. Congrats, Azam. Has the slurring of the words began? After 5 cans, it might. iRetrocade. Congrats, Adam, for the 30k. You deserve it. My question is there going to be a God of War 3 Platinum Journey? Yes, it is already recorded and will be after Modern Warfare 2. Logan 4. Love your content. What are some games you're looking forward to coming out or just generally playing in the future? I suppose God of War Ragnarok to see the conclusion of the story, but that's kind of meh. And other than that, I can't say. There's just nothing announced from Sony or from PlayStation after that. So it's a mystery. Kind of exciting, but also kind of, shit, dude, can we just, like, what are you doing? Yoda Power. If you could wipe one amazing game which you've platinum from memory just to be able to experience it again for the first time, what would that be? Oxenfree. I've said that word an awful lot, that game an awful lot. Folks, seriously, check it out. Cat J789. Hi, Adam. I was wondering, what was your opinion on the achievement system from Xbox? I think is that satisfying because there's no platinum. I agree. There's no kind of end results. I think it was the MySpace to the Facebook. It was fine to start with, but I think trophies are better. Having the platinum at the end of it definitely makes a big difference. Fernando Carminate. Apologies. Congrats on 30k. What's your favorite PlayStation generation and why? Also, are you planning to do an episode on an Assassin's Creed game? No. Favorite PlayStation generation is PS3 because that's what I grew up with, as in 2007, so I was 16. And then 2013, yeah, so it's kind of what I grew up in my older teenage years. It's what introduced me to Uncharted, to The Last of Us, to Dead Space. It concluded the God of War trilogy. Yeah, the PS3. Lucky BR, congrats on 30k, been around since 10k, thanks for sticking around. Do you record your live reactions to the scenes you show on the video, or are you acting? By the way, if you are acting, you are a damn good actor, LOL. Love your videos. Keep up the great work. Cheers from Brazil. Yeah, it's all recorded, buddy. This camera, these lights, they stay up for the whole time. Brazil, by the way, is one of those places in South America I would love to go to. Sao Paulo, of course, Rio. I like the idea. I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but in Brazil, isn't the beach the great equalizer? Whereas everyone goes to the beach. And whatever your title is before you go to the beach, once you're on the beach, that title disappears. Oh, I'm a very high-powered, fancy lawyer. Nope. Right here, you're just a man in shorts. I might be wrong on that, but I would like to check it out. Hopefully someday. Oh boy. Yeah, this is, I believe, acrylic, and I am not good with acrylic. Hello, by the way. I'm going to just read out your question. I'm not going to even attempt to butcher your username. Now that you've completed both very hard difficulties in God of War, the original, and 2018 game, which one would you consider harder and why? And can you say which one was more enjoyable? So I think the spike in difficulty for God of War original on God mode when you're fighting your clones is so high that you think it's impossible. And I spent days on that in the PS2. Days. And it's like, these are the tools you have. Figure it out. Whereas with God of War 2018 on the hardest difficulty, alright, so I can't beat the Valkyrie Queen. Alright, what if I upgrade this thing? What if there are options. There are ways you can grind and level up and make things easier. Whereas God of War, the original, was like, this is what you got. You cannot make things better for yourself. Do it. And you can't exit the fight and go grind. You got it. I think God of War original is more difficult. As for enjoyable, I'd say probably God of War 2018 is more enjoyable on the hardest difficulty because of the customization. You can't go wrong. Either one is fine. John Banks, a patron. How you doing, buddy? Congratulations on 300k. Okay. Hope the Guinness is hitting the spot. It is indeed. Question for what was the inspiration to start this channel? The inspiration to start the channel was actually NFL highlights. I made NFL highlights of players, of wide receivers, of running backs, of big plays. And then I learned about the wonderful world of copyright infringement. YouTube made me take lessons to understand it. So I stopped that and then went on into video games because you were allowed to make videos about video games, not worry about copyright infringement. So yeah, the inspiration was the NFL. Then copyright. Sweet Jesus. So many questions left. This might be the last time I answer every question because this is going on quite a while. Da Vinci, I remember watching your vids and other Q&As, you talking about you're talking about your times living in other countries. Could you elaborate on that if you feel comfortable and watching for 2 years? Keep on doing the good work. I think there's a run of the Spider-Man episode, the Last of Us Left Behind episode, the Uncharted Drake's Fortune episode, Pokemon Red episode. All those are in different countries. The upcoming God of War 3 episode will be in Romania. So the reason why I'm in other countries is because I cannot afford to stay in Ireland. A one-bedroom apartment is €1,600 per month. In Limerick, not Dublin. Limerick. Dublin population 1.5 million. Limerick population 100,000. I don't even want to know what it's in Dublin. So that's too much for me. Can't do it. So I ship off somewhere else. This is my parents' house. I don't want to be here forever. I think that you can understand that. So yeah, that's why I go other places. Thankfully, I'm not a home bird who clings to the home nest. I am okay with other places to live in the world and find places fascinating and other people fascinating. So that is a good thing. Icy Hot Sam, congrats on 30k, Adam. Thank you. What's your favorite type of game to platinum? I hate games with missable and online trophies. Also, I hate trophy difficulty playthroughs in long-ass RPGs like The Witcher 3. Yeah, no online, no collectibles. That would be ideal. I think there's been a turning point in online trophies where they're becoming less and less pervasive. The next one we got to wear down developers on is collectibles. Got to get rid of the collectible trophies. They're awful. Hard difficulty on The Witcher 3? Well, I'm actually looking forward to that. as a good challenge. X Phoenix, congratulations on 30k subs. I love the videos you make. You can tell a lot of work went into making them, and I was wondering if you could make a Cuphead Platinum journey. I just got the Platinum and it was hard, but a lot of fun. No. The gameplay doesn't interest me. Art style, fantastic, but the actual gameplay, not for me, buddy. Boolton. Adam, congratulations, thoroughly deserved. Sláinte. Jesus, an actual sláinte. If you had to choose one, which would it be? Guinness or trophy hunting? Oh, Guinness. Easy. Yeah, Guinness. Shengus, congrats, man. Well deserved. Think I found you about 2k. Wow. And thought surely that's a mistake. Still felt that way. 30k. Oh, good. Nicely done. So anyways, first, how's things? Pretty well. Secondly, 3 games to play for the rest of your days. What are they? Especially now you've surely spoiled a few likely choices by getting the Platinum. Anyway, all the best. Sláinte. Jeez, he said it twice. The Last of Us, Half-Life 2, Pokemon Red. Easy, buddy. Easy. Happily play them again. Kusunoki SG. No question. Just telling you that you are the Platinum Champion. Be well, mate. Aw. Cheers, buddy. Travis Artates. Congrats on 30k, bro. Just want to ask, which Soulsborne game are you going to complete? More power to you and your channel. Sekiro. John W. Aside from Modern Warfare, has there been a game where you've come close to abandoning an already announced / planned Platinum journey? Shovel Knight. Dreadful. Kicked my fucking ass. Pepe Winneton 567. Hey Adam, is there a game you can plat but takes a long damn time? That would it be? Oh damn. I've answered that, buddy. And also, what was the best game of all time in your opinion? Will you ever cover a Far Cry game? They're fun and easy. Take up about 45 hours. Congrats on 30k. Keep up the amazing work. The best game of all time. Tetris. Everyone knows it. Everyone likes it. Everyone's probably played it. Tetris. Oli, Oli, Oli. 8-8. What was your best year for trophy hunting? Like, what year did you get the most platinums or finish a lot of games? I have no idea. It's not something I track, Ollie, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't actually know, buddy, I'm afraid. Solido. Would it be the same to you if you completed games on another platform? Or is there something unique you find about... Sorry, if there's something unique you find irreplaceable in trophies? Yes, the platinum. So one of the inspirations of Platinum Journey was a series done by Rooster Teeth called A Walk to Mordor, where 2 guys went to New Zealand with their fake ring and they wanted to go to Mordor. That was the idea. Very simple, like, we're going up the mountaintop to deliver this thing. And that's what I kind of view Platinum Journey as. What's the mountain? And what's at the top? The platinum trophy, the one singular thing. That's where we're going. And what happens in between is the journey. That's why Pokemon worked for me, because what's the mountain? Pokemon champion. Then there's the journey. Maybe a Zelda might work. What's the mountain? What's top of the mountain? Defeat Gandor, the big bad. What's the journey? So if it's a achievement thing of 1,000 achievements, there's no one singular thing at the top. We're here. What are we trying to do? So yeah, that's why having the platinum works, in my opinion. Music 3KZ. Found your channel about 2 weeks ago. Welcome. Have watched a bunch of plat journeys. 2 questions. Do you plan on doing Death Stranding? Maybe. It's a big commitment. I'm not sure. I know very little about Death Stranding. Well, that's not true. I know a bit about Death Stranding, and it intrigues me. I'm not sure if I'm ready to commit 80 hours to it. What do you do as a full-time job outside of YouTube? I don't have a full-time job. I spend about 30 hours a week on this and 10 hours a week on freelancing. Peepboy_101. That is an interesting username. My question is, do you like Bethesda games? And if not, why? Also, will you ever make a Platinum Journey on Bethesda game? P.S. Love your vids. Congrats on 30k. I suppose what's Dishonored? No, it's Dishonored Bethesda. No, that's not. That's Arcane. Bethesda technically published. You mean Bethesda, the studio, not the Bethesda, the publisher. Yeah, I played a little bit of Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Never finished them. Just not for me, I'm afraid. Lack of color. Oh, no, wait. Oblivion. I liked Oblivion. Never finished it, though. Got even less in Skyrim. Maelstrom Pictures. Big fan and fellow Irishman. Are you a fan of horror movies? If so, which one? Congrats on 30k. Of course. I like The Grudge. I like Alien. I like Dead Silence. I like Silent Hill, the movie of the game. Of course, Final Destination, Scream, all the classics. Yeah. The Exorcist. Yeah, horror movies are great. Cyber Sloths. How do you choose what platinums you try to achieve? Are they purely games you want to plat, or do you pick games you think will make good episodes? I would say it's primarily what I want to do. I think I've gotten better over the years. As in, when I did Ratchet & Clank Crack in Time, that's what game I wanted to play, but ended up being a bad episode. So Miles Morales is something I want to do. I'll make an episode. I trust myself enough at this point that I can make something decent, even if it's short, out of something simple. So these days it is, so long as I want to platinum it and play it, that's what I'm going to do. And if the episode ends up being 10 minutes, so be it. Folks, it is now almost 10 p.m. I've been here for 4 hours. Let's get a refill. We're going to ride this sucker until the brakes fall off. Move that sucker there. Actually, no, I'll move you to the front. And I'll bring over Badoop. 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 There we go. We can see the damage. Give that there a moment, so. Just checking in, yeah. How you doing? How you keeping? How's life? Oh boy, this might not have been the longest Q&A yet. Even though I tried to group the questions to answer them all quick fire. But damn, you know, if it's got to be a 3-hour or 4-hour Q&A, well then that's just the way it's going to be. Even though I'm now on hour 5+. No, sorry. 4+. Who knows what the edited version will be, but cheers. Make a nice little family over there by the table. Okay, we shall continue. Dylan Dog Rock. When you were working on the images... Boy, that's pretty bad slurring, isn't it? Those weren't even words. I think the cans are beginning to have a hold. Okay. When you were working on the MGS4 Platinum, did you sympathize with Snake going through the microwave corridor? Of course! Who doesn't? Hey Meister, what was the harder to platinum, MGS2 or 4, and what was your favorite MGS game? Harder to platinum was MGS2 because of the difficulty spikes in the VR missions. Favorite MGS, MGS3. Meme Gadushi, when will you do MGS5, The Phantom Pain? It's long, don't get me wrong, but you just have to do it now that you've done 4. Which is amazing vid, by the way. Thank you very much. It would be a shame to leave the series unfinished like that. I disagree, buddy. I've already put 100 hours into MGS5. I am done. I have no interest in going for the Platinum. I think it'll be boring. So I'm not going to do it. However, MGS1 gets Trophy Supporter Remake. That'll get an episode. Skipple. Or Skippy, sorry. Do you have any advice for people who want to start YouTube? Thank you, Adam. I love the content. I hope to be like you one day. Oh, wow. I'm honored. Any advice? Start. It will be terrible. It will not be what you have in your head, but you have to start. And you will learn, and you will get better. I would advise you to make videos that you would watch, because at the very least, you'll have one satisfied viewer. Super Batman Nerd. Have you ever thought about double stacking games that you love? I don't know what that is. what's double stacking? So I imagine if I were to guess, I would say you get a platinum. Hang on, double stacking. So it's either you platinum it, for example, the Uncharted remaster. You platinum on PS3 and you platinum the remaster, or a game where you can load up the PS5 version and automatically get all the trophies. So the automatically getting all the trophies, I don't, probably not. And redoing a game as a remaster, probably not. So both of those, no. Oh, another acrylic. I do apologize. So happy for you, Adam. But how many times were you close to quitting YouTube? Tell us if there are any cases like that. Hope I see post about 40k subs. You will indeed. Quitting YouTube. So YouTube is a platform. I was always going to keep making videos. The platform was not a... Yeah, can you tell I've drank an awful lot of Guinness, maybe? The platform doesn't matter. I was always going to keep making videos. As far as like quitting YouTube, I was like, no, there was always going to be videos. Slow down, sure, but never quit. As in 2018, when I was living in shared accommodation, I had to come back here to make videos. That was the year of the Horizon Zero Dawn and Bioshock episode. There were 3 episodes of Platinum during that entire year, because I had to go back and forth between shared accommodation here, because I can't take over a shared accommodation's only living space with cameras and lights and say, shut the fuck up, everyone, I'm playing Bioshock. So I was never going to quit. I was always going to make stuff. You find something you're interested in, you best pursue it, because most folks don't find that thing. Sloosh 07. In your opinion, what was your favorite part about making these videos? I think writing the voiceover, connecting all the dots. I really like that part. Finding the music. Oh yes, that's a fun day. As I set aside a day, I was just like, I'm going to find music, because I have the game, I have an idea of what I want in it. I do it after logging all the footage, so it's like in my mind, like, I know what this episode is, what music would suit it, and that's the fun part for me. What else? Of course, the end, when it's finished and you watch it back and go, fuck, I actually made that. Those are my 3. Finding music, writing the voiceover, watching it back when it's done and going, fuck, yeah. Arif Alam, what video game or video game series do you think has the best lore and why? Probably Dark Souls, because the amount of lore videos on YouTube. Bloodborne, Soulsborne in general probably has the best lore. I don't think there's anything else that has captured the imagination of people quite like that. So I'll go with probably Dark Souls, but Soulsborne in general. Feral Finch, any advice on persevering through a tough plat? Ask yourself if it's worth it. If it is, take it at your own pace. Don't overburden yourself. Sleep. Your reflexes will improve. If you're not enjoying the process, walk away, buddy. It's okay to walk away. Atomic Man, I love all your videos, but I only have one simple question. Will you platinum Modern Warfare 2? Yes, it is the next episode. Legion Owl, are you interested in playing or maybe getting the platinum trophy in the Metro games like Metro 2033, Last Light, and Exodus? I've played 2033 and Last Light. Unfortunately, I didn't finish them. All of the underground stuff, great. Shooting monsters, didn't care for it. Sneaking around humans, cool. All the monster stuff, don't care about. Unfortunately, never finished the Metro games and do not see myself doing an episode about them. Ludi XP. Hey Lucy, are you still watching this deep into the video? I doubt it. I think I can say anything I want about her and she won't even know. Hey Lucy, your Uncharted Drake's fortune skills are not as good as mine. Way! Which character from The Last of Us, past or present, would you like to get more info story about? 2 people. Bill, because there's this great moment when Joel and Ellie initially meet Bill. Bill is saying like, I don't know what you think I owe you, but I'm not doing this. And Joel says like, No, what? It's the city of like, I don't know what you want me to do, but I don't owe you. I don't owe you this much or something. And then Joel's response is, yes, you do. And then Bill begrudgingly helps him get the car started and all sort of stuff. So my question is, what has Joel done for Bill that years later, even though Bill outrightly despises Joel and begrudgingly helps him because of something that happened in their past, what was that thing? That's number one. Number two is, of course, the prequel of Joel and Tommy. When Tommy is speaking to Joel and he says this thing of all that we went through, all that we... And then Joel says, yeah, but we survived. And then Tommy quips with, wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth what you went through to survive? What the fuck happened? Those two things that was implied. What did Joel do for Bill that Bill still owes him years later? What did Joel do with Tommy that Tommy says it wasn't worth surviving? If you want to do a spin-offs of The Last of Us, those are the two things I want. Mickelfast. If you had to choose one trophy, would it be multiplayer trophy requiring to get level 100 or a single player trophy involving 1,000 collectibles? Jesus fucking Christ. Can I just voluntarily suicide? I'm going to collectibles. I listen to podcasts. I'm going to collectibles. Because level 100 I'm online multiplayer, I'm going to get my ass kicked. It's going to take me years. I'll do offline collectibles. Daniel Marsh, favourite Linkin Park track? Also congrats on 30k and don't drink too much. Well, Daniel, it is too late. Favourite Linkin Park track? It's Breaking the Habit. In particular, Breaking the Habit 2004 Rock Am Ring. There's a piano beginning where Chester and Mike, just piano and Chester does the intro. And then the performance is so fucking good. I made a YouTube account just to favourite it. So I wouldn't have to search Linkin Park Rock Am Ring 2004. I could just watch it every time. And it was also so good. My parents at the time, my middle-aged parents, watched this mohawk, skinny fella belt out this song, and my dad, an AC/DC kind of hardcore, and my mom, how do you describe her? A horse lips kind of hardcore Irish music. Watch this guy do Breaking the Habit, and both went, that's pretty good. So Breaking the Habit by Linkin Park, Rock Am Ring 2004. Javier Santibáñez. I think the end is like a nya. Javier Santibáñez. Have you thought about doing a platinum run for Call of Duty World at War? I think it would be your biggest challenge. Not interested, buddy. Yeah, Call of Duty for me is Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2, maybe the reboot. World at War, maybe play it on easy, but it doesn't interest me, I'm afraid. Dave A, if you had to give up one forever, would you give up Guinness or video games? Oh, Guinness. Yeah, that one's easy. Because there are plenty of other drinks in the world. There's Asahi, there's Tiger, there's Borgashko. There's many different countries in the world with their own drinks that I could happily consume. There's also Beamish, by the way. Beamish is an Irish stout, mostly developed in Cork and that I would happily drink if Guinness is not available. In fact, I did drink it for a good while because it was €3.50 a pint and Guinness was $4.10. The Overseer, hi. When is the Resident Evil Platinum Journey coming out? Love all your journeys. Buddy. Some full stops would be helpful. When is the Resident Evil 3 Platinum Journey coming out? Love all your journeys. Resident Evil is by far my favourite. I'm looking forward to every year now. Just one. The next installment. Can't believe Resident Evil 4 Remake comes out on the same year you're doing next year's entry. So, Resident Evil 3, I'm currently recording it. Probably September. Next is Modern Warfare 2, then God of War 3, then Resident Evil 3. As for next year's remake, here's a funny thing, folks. You would almost swear that I planned it. The reason I started doing Resident Evil in 2020, look into the remakes, is because I assumed by 2023, Resident Evil 4 Remake would be out. And if it wasn't, that year would be Resident Evil 4 HD Platinum Journey bonus. It has been planned since 2020 to do them in order. Forward-thinking motherfucker I am. Dan's Crafting. Are you planning on doing a platinum journey for the older PS games on the premium list? No, unless MGS1 gets trophy support. Zedai, what's next for you here on YouTube and in life? Travel, gaming, and all sorts of stuff. Thanks for answering. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I think I mentioned this. Platinum Journey, Different Worlds, video podcast, Adam's Bar, Drunken Gaming Championship, life, continue to lose weight, become even more of a stud muffin than before. And hopefully, because I'm going to live in Ireland, live in some interesting places, get to meet great people, learn, and hopefully, in the next few years, fucking finally master Spanish, or at least become somewhat fluent. I want to just live with a Spanish family for 3 months. And then the following year, go live with a Japanese family. Marc-Andre Lemay. I'm assuming you're French, buddy? Might be wrong. I apologize. What's your favorite game/game character? Congrats on 30k. The Last of Us, Joe. Kind of spoiling my top 10 favorite video game characters video I've got planned in the next few months. But yeah, The Last of Us, Joe. Henry H.H. Except for a game you can't platinum because of online issues or something like that. There's a game you know you will never even attempt to platinum. Super Meat Boy, Cryptid Necromancer. Easy. Raditz. Could you see yourself doing Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker on Platinum Journey? No. I've played it a bunch on the PS3, quite liked it, but the idea of going for the platinum that, no interest. Way too boring. Gabriel Perez. Which books do you recommend and what type of game do you play just for fun? As for it's getting to me, boys. It's getting to me. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. It's getting to me. It's getting to me. Cereal? It's 10 p.m. I've had cereal all day. What books do you recommend? On the Road, Lost in... Oh, that's movies. On the Road, Fear and Loathing Las Vegas, A Movable Feast. Jack Kerouac, Hunter S. Thompson, Ernest Hemingway. Can't go wrong. What type of games do you just play for fun? Story-heavy indie games. Pro Dot, how many platinums do you currently have? I don't know. And how many are you aiming to get by the end of the year? I don't know. Yeah, it's just the number thing doesn't really interest me. I'm in the 40s because I've been asked this sort of stuff, but I don't actually know. Axel Imick, have you been to Amsterdam? Seems like the perfect city for you. Sorry, that's an exclamation point. I should repeat that. Seems like a perfect city for you. I have been to Amsterdam. I went for a stag do for my cousin in 2018, I believe. When you say it seems like a perfect city for me, I would like to know why. So when I was there, it was a technical stag. It was my cousin, his best friend, some other folks, me, my brother, I think a couple of cousins. It was very cannabis heavy, and that didn't really suit me. Of course, I did space cakes, waiting for the effects. I did truffles, but there was a kind of subdued when like cannabis is very introspective, of quiet and like whoa, kind of in your own head, and whereas alcohol is much more outgoing. So I end up after the first day just getting cans of 13% beer and firing that back and being much more, I'd say on a different level to most. Probably annoying, to be honest. I was probably annoying. However, the following day, I ventured off on my own to the canals because we were staying in a place that was about 2 blocks from the red light district, but on the other side was all the canals of Amsterdam, and that really fascinated me. You might already get the impression I like rivers, I like lakes, I like that sort of stuff. So when I got to go by the canals and sit by the canals and have a drink by the canals and just be at peace and watch the stuff go by, that to me was so fucking cool. That's the part of Amsterdam I liked. The red light district, yeah, it's a novelty, but I don't know, it's just not for me personally. But the canals are pretty fucking cool. Zach, what sparked your love for trophy hunting? Dead Space. Extending the lifespan of one of my favorite games. Not today. How do you stay so impossibly handsome? Tricked ya into complimenting yourself. You deserve it. Keep it up. Cheers, buddy. That's very nice of you. Catmaster 1995, congrats on 30k. What is your favorite PlayStation console and why PS3? Because it gave birth to Uncharted, The Last of Us, ended God of War, and Dead Space. Tits McCoy, would you prefer your future wife to be a hardcore trophy hunter psychopath like you, or would you prefer her to do not be a gamer and save you from this OCD depressing as fuck hobby? I can say that since I suffer from this very disease. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever actually get married. It just doesn't appeal to me. As for if she's into gaming, if she is, that's grand. If not, like if it was a girlfriend, as long as they're fun to be around and I find them interesting, that matters more to me than do they like video games. Elite E, congratulations on 30k. Since Ori 4 remake coming out next year, are you going to do that game instead of the regular Resident Evil 4? I'm going to do both. Ori 4 HD Platinum Journey bonus, Ori 4 remake Platinum Journey. Daniel, you back again, you motherfucker. How excited are you for Ori 4 remake? This should have been a topic. Meh. So far it looks weird. Leon is shrunken. Ashley looks... she's older, which is probably a good thing. But I want to see gameplay. What does the village look like? Let me see that and then I'll make my decision. Gafferman! Potential blasphemy, but what's your favourite non-Guinness alcoholic beverage? Ooh. Whatever's cheapest. I will go to a bar and proudly ask, what's the cheapest beer you have? I'll take that. I look at menus. What's the cheapest beer? Great, I'll take that. Because you get accustomed to the cheapest beer. You get accustomed to that flavour and that's what you prefer. So yeah, as in, here's the thing though, what cheapest does not mean bad. Tiger beer is one of the cheapest beers in Thailand and it's fucking €3 a bottle in the shop. So yeah, whatever's cheapest. Ian Michael. Oh my God, 30k, congratulations. And my question, if Ready Player One was real, what would you like? Your style of game? Would your avatar look like? I watched the movie. I can't remember it. Ready Player One. So if I was to make a game, Uncharted, and the avatar would just look like me. Shaved head, bit of a stubble, black t-shirt. Yeah, that's good. Just be me. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. But we're good, folks. We got an old pick-me-up. We got an old reliable and legend amongst the channel. Arnold Says What? This guy's been around for many years. Swedish fucker. Living, I think, about an hour outside Stockholm. I will be back in Sweden. And this is a guy I want to have a drink with. What's your favourite movie and favourite band? All the love from Sweden. Favourite movie? On the Road. Favourite band? Linkin Park. Mohammed Bagar Saeed. Now I say Saeed. I might be wrong in the pronunciation. I do apologise. I think it's Saeed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you thinking of adding content other than Platinum Journey? What can you add? Different Worlds, Adam's Bar, Drunken Gaming Championship, travel, video podcast, competitive drinking and gaming show. Legend of Cal Cal. Do you always look at the trophy list before playing a game? Nope. For the show, yes. In general, nope. Matthew. Okay, I have a few. Oh, Matthew, you fucking gobshite. What are you doing to me? What's your favourite snack? Bacon fries. What's your favourite drink besides Guinness and water? Water's fucking class. Summer fruits and water and ice is my favourite thing. I drink about a litre of that a day. As for non-water, Coke Zero. Probably Coke Zero. What was your favourite Platinum Journey episode to film? Oh, maybe Miles Morales, because it was just easy. To be honest, I'm doing Resident Evil 3 right now, and that's been a joy. Because I did the collectibles for one playthrough, and now I've got another 3 playthroughs just on my own. Probably at the moment, I would say Resident Evil 3. Mega Pork Chomp Express. My goodness. Who's your pick to win the Super Bowl this season, and will you be going to watch any NFL London games? My pick is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because don't doubt Tom Brady. Or maybe the Rams to repeat. Will I go into any NFL London games? Nope. Too expensive. Flight over to London, and then the tickets, and then accommodation. Well, I'd probably stay with my cousin. But I won't be going to the games. Heartman64. How many games have you started but given up on for Platinums? 0. Mental Health Matters. Have you used retro achievements for emulated games? I have no idea what that is. So, no. I'm afraid I don't know, buddy. Okay, we're definitely in the tail end, right? This thing is pretty run out. Would you ever attempt Super Meat Boy? No, the gameplay does not interest me. And that is by JammerDude07. John BT Dub. Looking to platinum any more new gen games this year? Nope. Everything this year left is from last gen. Lumpengaff. What's your favorite music? And congrats. Thank you. Rock. Spokes. Best fish and chip you've ever had? I've never actually had fish and chips. I'm not a fan of fish. I've had plenty of chips. Best place is Luigi's in Limerick City Centre over by the bus station. But never had fish and chips. Matt Osborne. Will you ever platinum Cyberpunk 2077? Probably not. I think the unfortunate thing about Cyberpunk 2070, oh my god, Cyberpunk, is that the potential is greater than the result. The initial demo of what it could have been is so goddamn good that I'm always disappointed when I see what it is. Even if the game is good to great, it's not what they showed. So, no. A Swag Pecan. Do you have any other interests like pro wrestling or soccer? Yes, I do, buddy. Big fan of professional wrestling. Follow it weekly. I watch AEW weekly, and I follow New Japan Pro Wrestling. I was brought back into the fold by the rise of Kenny Omega and his matches with Okada. And that, of course, well, actually, no, to be fair, it was Katsuyori Shibata in New Japan Pro Wrestling. This hard-hitting motherfucker. That brought me in. And then Kenny hooked me, and I followed the two of them throughout their careers. And now there's AEW, and that's great week to week, but I still follow New Japan Pro Wrestling. As for soccer, no. I used to, but the fucking diving is stupid. I watch an awful lot of mixed martial arts, all the major UFC events, and if I can get some of the Pride events, that's grand. And tennis. Love tennis. Play tennis. Not good, but not terrible at tennis. So pro wrestling, MMA, tennis. Stepping foot on a court of tennis. Seeing the net. Having the ball on your racket. A picture where you want the ball to go and striking through. And it going there is one of the best feelings. Hitting a winner. Where like your opponent hits the ball over and you're like, I'm going to smash this there. And you lean into it. You fucking... And it goes there. I'm actually better on the backhand side. Single-handed, by the way. The backhand down the line, to me, is just one of the most beautiful shots. Like... Those are my interests. Cohen, have you ever played Celeste? No, but I would like to. I'm pretty close. Just the old platforming. The story interests me more than the actual gameplay. That's why I'm kind of on edge. I'm not sure if I care for the jumping around stuff. I would rather just the story. So maybe someday I'll probably play it on easy mode, the safe mode where you can't die. Are we getting towards the end? Oh wow, we actually are. I'll do 2 questions, get a refill, and then we're in the home stretch. Oh my goodness. What is the worst game you've ever played? Ride to Hell Retribution. There's even a video about it on my channel where I falsely praise it. Oh, by the way, that question was from Ferdinand Pavel. Jacob Koopman, have you accomplished any of your goals so far in 2022? Yep. I got back to Bulgaria. That was a big goal for me. And I recorded a bunch of stuff on my phone to make a video about it. That's a big goal for me. I'm also no longer clinically obese. That was a big goal for me. As for the remainder of the year, save money for America is the big thing. Also get back to Spain to meet my Spanish friends, which I've already booked and paid for. And the next thing is save money for America. So We're good. Faded Carnage 666. Hey Adam, are you going to do more PS3 Call of Duty titles like Black Ops or World of War, Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2019? Also, how is life going for you? Life is pretty darn good, buddy. Better than ever. PS3 Call of Duties, nope. Call of Duty 2019 reboot, maybe. Not committing, but maybe. Okay, one more question, then a refill. Oh wow, we're definitely in the home stretch. There's only like 6 questions left. Rat it! Which model of PS3 do you play on? The fat version, the disc version, the big original version? Okay, I'm going to go get a refill. Folks, we are in the home stretch. It's kind of a... It's been a while since one of these Q&As. Half me is thinking, Jesus Christ, it's already 10:30, you know, I've been at this since 5. But the other part of me is thinking, damn, it's almost over. Ah. So maybe I should relish these last 30 minutes. Because who knows when the next multi-hour Q&A will be, or what form that will take. Maybe I might not be able to answer every single question. Let that settle there for a second, and we just take a moment to ourselves. Thank you so much for just being part of this. 30,000 is a lot. And we're even on our way to 40,000, which is... We'll get to 100,000, and I can just run for mayor of Limerick. And we can all write in your votes, and I'll get elected. And I'll just run roughshod in this entire place. All streets are now pedestrianised in city centre. Also, outdoor seating, outdoor dining everywhere. Thanks for joining along, folks. Cheers. Alright, I got 32 minutes left on the card, 128 gigabytes, and we've ran through it. McRazzler, do you like Newcastle Brown Ale? I do. In fact, when I was in Manchester with Lucy, Lewis and Joel, I asked them, hey, I'm in England, what's an English beer that I should try? This was after Wetherspoons, we were in Tesco, and I said, hey, we'll get some drinks, go back to Joel's place. And Lewis recommended Newcastle Brown Ale. And I was like, I'll take that and I'll take this, I'll take this. It was grand. I can't quite remember the tastes because I drank so much throughout the day, but I did not dislike it. So I do like Newcastle Brown Ale. I will drink anything you put in front of me, buddy. Cypher, do you consider yourself a social guy? Yep. I can make friends quite easily. And by that, it doesn't take much. Just say hi. Hey, how you doing? And I find people more interesting than I am, as in I live my life. I know what I do day to day. That doesn't interest me. What interests me is what other people are doing. So the combination of being comfortable saying hello to people and then being legitimately interested in their life and what they're doing, it goes well. Caustic, I was disappointed with your last video, replaying The Last of Us. You said once that you played on Grounded, not just normal. Oh, do I have a treat for you? There are actually 2 videos on my channel of me playing Grounded. So I did a Platinum Journey bonus episode doing The Last of Us on Grounded, and then I did another video where I played The Last of Us on Grounded while not firing a weapon or a bow. And that's also on the channel. That's voiceover. Yeah, so I've played on Grounded twice. That's the reason why on the replaying The Last of Us video, I was like, I've earned my stripes, I'm good. I'm just going to sit back and play it on normal, eat cereal and drink beer. Yeah, there's 2 videos about Grounded, buddy. Black Man, Kerry for Sam. No, Mayo for Sam. I know I say that because of Foil Arms and Hog, the comedy trio. To be fair, anyone for Sam is good enough for me. Garrett Lewis, do you take drugs legal or otherwise? Well, of course. Here's alcohol. Also, caffeine is a drug. But I think I know what you mean is by illegal drugs. I have taken cannabis, cocaine, speed, ecstasy. Well, and of course the main thing of ecstasy is MDMA, but you take it in the pill form, you take it in the powder form. I've taken both ecstasy and MDMA, but MDMA is part of ecstasy. And LSD. Cocaine, don't like it. The ingestion through the nose, ugh. Same with speed, even worse. Cannabis, the smoking of it doesn't suit me, but I would definitely like to do some edibles. I got these space cakes in the brownies in Amsterdam, but I think they were weak. They did absolutely nothing for me. So I would like to do actual edibles. LSD was great. I did it in a Halloween party. That was fantastic. I did like 1 drop. I took it and it was very nice, very warm, very comforting. A little bit of visuals, but not much, kind of like around the outsides. Yes, then I did something kind of wild a couple of times. I did what was known as 2CB, which was a combination of MDMA and LSD. I was in a nightclub, and the nightclub transformed into a Halloween party where everyone was in outfits, everyone was in costumes. And that was weird because there was like a smoke display, and I would go through the smoke, and when I come out the other side, everything changed. So everything was in Halloween costumes. And then when I went through the smoke again, everything was comic booky. You know, the old comic book styles where you would like dots around. Everyone went like that, and everything moved like that. Yeah, that was interesting. As I get older, so I'm 31, I think in my lifetime what I would like is that, can everything be legal? Can I just, if I'm 60 or 70 and I'm much closer to the end than the beginning, I want to get real weird with stuff. And I don't want a barrier to entry. I want to run naked in a forest on shrooms. You know, I don't know. I don't understand why people get older and they go like, oh, it's fine. Like, no, you're almost dead. You should be pushing for everything. My thought process anyway. Daniel, you back again, you motherfucker. What could wrong? I think that's a quote from one of my videos. I'm not sure. I think I misplaced a text or something. I actually don't even know what it's from anymore, but it's been around. What could wrong? Logan James. This one is blurred, I'm afraid. This one did not come through clear. Maybe if I zoom in. Maybe if I take a swig. It worked. Logan James Caniston. Hey Adam. First off, I've been loving all your new videos, especially Metal Gear Solid 4. Amazing work both on the video and getting the platinum. Congratulations on that one, mate. Thank you. Secondly, I'd like to throw my hat in the mix for a potential episode Vanquish, available on the PS4. A really fun, hyperbolic gameplay and enjoyable trophies such as killing enemies in specific ways, which I know you're a fan of. I'm not. I find that I'm not, buddy. No, I think that's kind of filler. As well as performing specific acts in specific missions and a decent challenge with difficulty related trophies. That's good. Oh, sorry. I'll answer that first. Vanquish, no. I get recommendations for games probably every day, but my mind has been made up for the next 3 years. Yeah, I do appreciate when people recommend games. I find it flattering that somebody would say, hey, I like what you do, and also I'd like you to cover one of my favorite games. That is really appreciative. However, the reality is I'm already booked for years in advance. Thirdly, I'd love to know your thoughts on the Uncharted film and the Last of Us HBO series once that drops. And lastly, hang on, I'll answer that question. Uncharted movie, okay adventure movie, not real Uncharted. Better than Red Notice, worse than Jungle Cruise. Last of Us HBO, huge potential. I think that could be excellent. And lastly, for my last Q&A, I'm still holding out hope for the trophy video for Beyond Good and Evil. Unfortunately, thanks Adam, keep up the fantastic content, man. Cheers, buddy. Unfortunately, Beyond Good and Evil does not have a platinum trophy, but I will do a replaying Beyond Good and Evil video. I think this might be our last pint. Oh, whoa. Am I very close to the end? We're at the last question. Tom L, you have the last question. Congrats on 30k subs, Adam. Sorry in advance for the long question. Well, you're the last, Tom. You can ask a long question. What is your opinion on other people doing videos on documenting their way to a platinum? I have had experience with video editing for people in the past and have also Sorry, I'm definitely ruining this. And also I've been wanting to get more into video editing for myself to help build my portfolio after graduating from uni. I would like to hear your opinion and attempt to get your blessing on me to do this, as I don't want to cause any issues. I should clarify that I do not intend to copy you, just do my version of showing my attempt on reaching 100 achievements / platinums, etc. to progress my career. Also, what was that Sifted.net? I see that logo in your older videos. Was that a company you used to work for? I'll answer Sifted first. Sifted.net is a video game how do I put it? Video game, what's the fucking word? Not adjudicator. It's something with it. Not an algorithm. Not a search function. Shit, the actual word is escaping me. But you go onto the website, you say, I only want PS4 news, I only want Xbox news, I only want this news, I only want this, I only want that. Orientation, it's on the tip of my tongue. You only have the word on the tip of your tongue. And you can't quite get it. It's not an algorithm, it's not an orientation, it's something in between those two. Oh, bollocks. But anyway, you go on and you set your parameters, what you want to see, and it sifts through everything, all the stuff that comes in, and you only see that. It's run by Shane Satterfield, the former editor-in-chief of GameTraders.com. Hard-working motherfucker. So I did 4 episodes with them. I think the Batman episode, Arkham Asylum, I think the Splinter Cell episode, I think 2 others. So I did it with them, and it was on their website, and it wasn't on YouTube. And then we parted ways amicably. Shane gave me back the episodes, and that was quite nice. And he said, hey, could you put the Sifted.net intro and then the little thing on the corner? And I said, absolutely fine, no worries about that. So that comes from. I wish them all the best. I think their idea of a curation, bam, got it. It's a curation website. Works not only in video games, but also in sports. Imagine if you had a website that sifted through all the sports and went, I don't care about this sport, that sport, this sport. I only care about this. And then that's what you get. There's massive potential in that. I wish them all the best. Yes, that's Sifted. And they're still going today. And in fact, what's quite nice is that when I put up new videos, they appear on the website and they get quite an awful lot of upvotes. So like, the folks there still remember me and still treat me well. Yeah, I hope that they do well in the long term, and they've got a really good video game podcast. Highly recommend checking it out. Doing stuff in my style, buddy, go for it. If you are somewhat inspired by me to do your thing, that to me is humbling. There's other folks who've done something similar. I'm like, it's great. I used to be quite protective of Platinum Journey for the first 2 episodes, because I thought, shit. The first 2 episodes on Uncharted 2 and The Last of Us, I thought, shit, somebody's going to take this and do it themselves and be way more popular because they're a bigger channel and I'm nobody. But that didn't happen because most folks went, you're fucking out of your mind. And now 9 years later, like, yeah, go for it. It's fine. Even there's a guy called This Dad's Platinum Journey. That's his channel. I'm like, great, go for it. I've seen other people refer to, there used to be a road to platinum, and now some folks will refer to it as their platinum journey. I'm like, shit, that's me. I made like a platinum journey. Now other folks are using it as part of the lexicon in other areas. Like, that's cool. Like, go for it. If you are inspired by what I've done, go for it. Because I'm inspired by other people who helped me create what I'm inspired by. Jack Kerouac, Hunter Thompson, Top Gear Specials, Road, fucking Walk to Mordor, all this sort of stuff. So that's what, if they didn't exist, I wouldn't exist. Take inspiration and run with it. In fact, make your thing, tag me on Twitter, and I'll probably retweet it. So concludes the 30K Q&A. 5 hours of recording. We did some damage. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all to the patrons. It's a really good time. I've been at this 9 years. More people than ever are watching my videos. We're already at about 33K. Might be a 40K before the end of the year. I don't know how I'm going to do that. This one is already a juggernaut, but thank you anyway. And here is to 30K. And thanks for sticking around. and I shall see you at 40k, and I shall finish this Guinness and bid you adieu. Cheers. Yep, definitely dribbled. All the best, folks. Take care.